Hey guys, J-Man here. Okay, let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm experimenting with a new mic and I've got a different camera and computer setup. I'm trying to get some stuff set up here properly. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. And yeah, I don't know. This is weird. StreamYard's weird. It's saying I've been live for 4 minutes, but I just started, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But this is the sort of the new setup. Hey, Andrew, can you hear me okay? Let me know how my audio is. I got a new mic, so I'm trying that out. And so I've got like a new camera, and I'm going to be getting a new laptop pretty soon. Hey, Belle, what's going on? Let me know if you can hear me. So yeah, you can. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Is the audio better than usual? And then so like you can kind of I'm just setting up stuff. It's not done yet. There's a light there, but like I've got tons of stuff that I'm working on here to get my setup a little bit better, and it's the same. Okay, so that's fine. That's good enough. That's as long as you can hear me. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out the lighting in here. It's brutal. The room is like much bigger now, so a lot of my collectibles are here, but I can't use that other laptop. There's some static. Damn. All right, well, I'll see if it continues. I'll try to adjust, but I can always put my Uncharted. Yeah, I didn't see the trailer yet. With your friend Tom Holland. That's your friend Tom Holland, Andrew. But yeah, so I don't know. Have you guys watched Chucky yet? Belle, have you seen Halloween Kills? Because I'm gonna do next Saturday. I'm gonna rank all the Halloween movies. Let me know if you saw Halloween Kills. I thought it was awesome. I won't tell you where it ranks, but I also saw the Chucky show and I thought that was really good too. And I saw Dune and I thought Dune was pretty good too. So there's actually a lot. There's a lot going on. In that sense, I was looking at I was like trying to go through all the DC fandom stuff again and see what I like. My comic shop kind of messed up this week and forgot to give me my Jonathan Kent issue, so that pissed me off. Let's bring Steve in. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man.
So how's the audio?
Not bad. I hear some like pattering in the background.
Maybe I'll switch to my headset. There's like literally crap on the floor here. It's like it's absolutely brutal. Oh. Hey, Arkham, what's going on, dude? Oh, which one? Halloween Kills? Am I the first to say that? Steve will be the second.
It's awesome.
It was awesome. But I like horror movies where there's gore. Sorry. Does it still sound weird? Does it sound weird, Steve?
It's softer. I can still hear it, but it's softer.
Okay, let me take this out. Hold on. Let's see how bad this is going to be. Okay. Camera, mic, audio. Mic.
Your audio right now sounds good.
Oh, should I go back to what? Oh, how's this sound?
Good.
This sounds good?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to leave it like that then. I won't even use this. Okay, sounds better. This is much better?
Yeah.
All right. This one was good with the laptop because the laptop's audio is garbage.
Right.
But if this is better, I'm just going to leave it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds super clear.
Super clear? Okay, good. My chair is like super squeaky too.
Yeah.
Uncharted trailer looks nothing like the games. Terrible casting. Yeah, you would want Nathan Fillion. I think a lot of people were saying that. I didn't play Uncharted. Did you play Uncharted?
No.
We don't play video games. The only game I play is Street Fighter. But I've been rewatching all the Alan Quatermain movies again. I put up my poster. Steve got me the Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold poster, which I think might be my favorite poster that I have. I don't know. I have to think about it. It's right up here. This is where I work when I work during the day at home. So I have it up here to look at. And I've been reading Alan Quatermain, which is the second book, but it's the last of his adventures. So I'll put a link up in a bit.
Just out of curiosity, maybe Arkham can say, is Uncharted like the male version of Tomb Raider, or is it something completely different?
Yeah, I can. Let me hold on. Copy. I'm on his Twitter. Let me see if I have Twitter on here. This is a different computer than I normally use. I believe I have Twitter on here. I do have Twitter on here. Where is Arkham? It's a good thing I'm not an old man and can figure out how to. Arkham, what's your Twitter thing? Just Arkham Gaming?
You gotta tell those kids get off your lawn, J-Man.
I know. I'll put a link up in a little bit then for everybody, because I can't seem to find Arkham's, even though I follow him. Maybe he's called something else. I don't know. Yeah, so Uncharted I never played. It looks like a Tomb Raider-ish type of thing, which is an Indiana Jones type of thing, which Indiana Jones is loosely based off of Alan Quatermain and the serials. Though a lot of people who watch Alan Quatermain, it's weird. Indiana Jones is sort of that mixed with those old adventure serials. Hey, Skeptic.
Yeah.
Mixed with those serials, but then also because of the success of Raiders and all that. Okay, DC Comic Batman. All right, I'll see if I can find you. DC Comics Batman. There you are.
But the fact that everyone was like yelling for Nathan Fillion to be the lead guy, and then when I heard Tom Holland was the lead guy, just physically without knowing anything, like he's like Tom Holland is the polar opposite of Nathan Fillion.
I'm like, everybody wants Nathan Fillion, and they cast this person. I'm like, this is not even a close Nathan Fillion.
No.
This is just like a random person. I don't have anything against Tom Holland. or Arkham's in, all right. And that's the other thing. This computer will not have internet issues because it's directly hooked into my modem, and I've got like the second highest expensive internet that you can get. So we shouldn't have. See, like, hey Arkham. See, like,
Thanks,
right.
how are you doing?
Whenever I add somebody, it doesn't show the person.
Right.
Now it's going to show them. So I'm going to stick with this computer until I get my new laptop, and we're going to go from there.
What kind of computer you have?
This computer is from the ancient times.
The ancient times.
The thing is, it was like the best computer. It was like $2,000, like when I bought it, 10 years ago or whatever, right? So it's 10 years old, but it has nothing on here. Like, I don't do anything with this computer. It's literally just used for like downloading or whatever. So it's clean, right? So I don't have internet issues, and I bought like a cheap webcam just to make, because the cam here was crap. So before you talk about Uncharted, let me just see what's Skeptic saying. Nathan Fillion would have been great. Looks better in action than concept. So Arkham, Uncharted, is it like a Tomb Raider thing?
It's similar to Tomb Raider. It's like it's like a brother and two brothers, like they go treasure hunting, and it's like a mixture of Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider, where they find treasure, they go look for these legacy treasures and everything like that, and they always and bad guys start going against them. It's like I played I think the fourth game. It was about like it has like a past. Like, I really like the games, how they like. You should play. It's very good. Like, if you like Indiana Jones and you like Tomb Raider, it's like a mixture combined.
I don't know how many Tomb Raiders there are now, but there's like two that just were the more recent ones that had come out, and they look like they're the movie with Alicia Vikander. It looks like it's kind of that. And I've played those, and those were really cool. I wanted to be an archaeologist. I love Alan Quatermain, who's more of a game hunter than he is. He's not an archaeologist, but I love Indiana Jones, who's like one of the people that, like, if Indiana Jones, I know they killed off, Bond. If they kill off Indiana Jones this movie, I will literally break. Steve's not sitting next to me when we go see it because I'm going to kill the person sitting next to me.
John will be sitting next to
Indiana Jones.
Like-
So Steve will be sitting like 3 seats away just to be clear. And he knows that I get very angry in the theater.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to see Uncharted. It looks like a cool thing that looks like
It's
something
more like the action movie, but I don't think Uncharted fans are good. Like, I played the games. I really like the games. It's not towards any lore. Like, Tom Holland, I don't know why they give Tom Holland freaking every part for some reason. like I don't mind the actor. Like, you can do other stuff, but I just don't think he fits the role. Like, people said Nathan Fillion or Robbie Mel, or like those could have Robbie Mel could have been a good young version. I don't know why they put Tom Holland in everything. That's the problem. You can keep him with the Spider-Man. Like, he's trash anyway.
Right.
It's just he's not good. Like, he's not a good actor, to be honest. Like, they gush over him for some reason that he's just not good. Like, when I watched the trailer,
work well with others. I haven't seen him in anything other than Spider-Man, so I don't know for sure. What else has he been in?
I think there was a Netflix. I think Apple thing, Apple movie.
He was in something with the devil when the devil moves the dead or something. He was a voice in Onward, but he's just a voice actor in that, so that doesn't matter.
This one, he dies in this one. It's a trash movie. No time.
Did Bond die 30 years ago? No, he died in 2006 when Daniel Craig took the role. That's when he died.
I did see the obituaries.
I did too.
I do not like the casting of Victor Sullivan. I do. Why did they pick Mark Wahlberg? He does not look anything.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg should not be in acting. I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
No.
That does not. I'm sorry, but that was just a terrible casting. They were going to cast him as the Bionic Man, right? At one point.
Yeah.
One of my fears is in the Uncharted movie, he's gonna sound like Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's gonna act like Mark Wahlberg.
He will.
And I was right. He didn't. His acting didn't change. It didn't change with the character or anything in the trailer. It's just Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg, unless he's playing like an angry person, which he did in Departed and the Four Brothers. I think it's Four Brothers.
Four Brothers is his best movie.
Yeah, but he was an angry douchebag. If it's an angry douchebag role, phone Mark Wahlberg. If it's any other role, do not phone Mark.
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
he's not very good, eh? Like he's not a great actor. He needs he's like a George Clooney where you need the exact role.
Yeah,
it's like he's not an actor, right?
No.
Like who's going to come in and get into this part and really.
I know people liked him in Ted or Ted 2.
I don't like those Ted movies. I find them very unfunny, and I actually like Seth MacFarlane. I love The Orville. I think it's a great television show, but I'm not a fan of those Ted films. And I did watch both of them, and Flash Gordon is one of my top 10 favorite films. So, and it's a little bit of a tribute to Flash Gordon. And they even have Sam Jones, who plays Flash Gordon, in the second one, but it's just not enough for me.
I would not want Mark Wahlberg as superhero. Hell no.
What is he saying? Superhero? None. Oh, Superman?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No. Mark Wahlberg, I don't know. Maybe he could be Metallo. You need to be pretty robotic to be Metallo. He could be that.
Be Metallo and just kill him off in a few seconds.
I mean, sure. I mean, Mark Wahlberg, I saw him in that movie he made, Fear. It was like his first film.
Yes.
And I was like, oh gosh, this guy is horrible. And then I saw him in The Happening. I saw him in Shooter. I've given this guy multiple chances, and he's garbage. he's
Yeah.
just wooden, man.
I like Four Brothers.
Yeah, I do too.
I think that's maybe the only time.
Yeah, he was. I don't know how Leonardo DiCaprio didn't punch him out in The Departed. He was so freaking annoying. He's like, he calls him into the office. He just starts yelling at him. I'm like, what happened? Did DiCaprio sleep with your wife? Like, why are you angry?
Yeah,
he's like, oh, I'm this big tough Boston cop. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah, he sucks.
I prefer Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, Donnie.
What do you think of the new Bond movie?
I thought it was trash.
Trash.
Yeah, like I thought it was utter garbage. Like
I heard that they like swept away all the James Bond character development and everything like that, and then he like dies in the movie or something like that.
Yeah, he just dies like an idiot, like Han Solo in Force Awakens. It's like it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and out of that 2 hours and 45 minutes, there's probably 1 hour of like not too bad stuff. The action, there's some good action. Let's not. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's zero or whatever, right? But but like the action, there's some good action, like the stuff with the Aston Martin spinning around, that the motorcycle going up the wall and jumping.
Yeah,
good stuff. There's some good Bond moments as well. Like this is funny. This might be Daniel Craig's best James Bond moments out of the whole series.
But the moments, but not the best movie.
But the problem is it's the worst movie because the plot is very weak. The weapon is so convoluted that me, Steve, and Sean, it's been like 2 weeks and we're still discussing it in private. Like Sean was like, wait, I don't understand. Well, how does this work? And I had to explain it again. And Sean is very savvy. Like the three of us together, we can explain any movie. Like, you know what I mean? And all three of us are like arguing about how this weapon works. And it's like, and I'm like, no, this is how it works. And it's like, we're still talking about, so that's bad. The villain is not good. Rami Malek is a good actor. He has poison flowers. I mean, really?
What? What?
That's like poison ivy. It's so bad.
But they don't do anything with him ever.
He's
got this garden. He's like, I have a garden of poison flowers. And then that's it. It's not utilized ever again. And you're like,
that sounds so dumb.
It's stupid.
Like I think what would be cooler is maybe have poison, have some kind of poison gas or something like that.
Yeah, he's got this weapon that he can. It's basically like it's mist. It's nanites, and he can transfer them into anybody through touch or through water or through food or through mist, through the air, whatever. And the nanites only kill you if they're programmed to kill you with your DNA. And then how does he get everyone's DNA? I don't know.
That does not make, if you have to get someone's DNA, you have to I don't know, poke them with a needle or something like that.
Right, or get here. You know who's going to be in a lot of danger is all those guys that go on Maury Povich and nobody knows who the father is, and they all do those DNA tests. And it's like there's like this one woman sitting there, and then there's like 7 guys, and she's like, one of them's the father, and they all get DNA. They're all dead because they all got DNA tests. So.
Skeptics asked if you screamed in the theater and got kicked out when he died.
No. I didn't scream in the theater. I laughed because it was so stupid. I literally turned Sean. So I usually sit in the corner, and Sean sits next to me, and Steve sits next to Sean. And I just turned to Sean and I was like, is this fucking happening right now? I'm like, I can't believe it. And then he dies and we walked out. We're like, what a dumb movie. And anything good that happened in that movie, unfortunately, gets pushed to the side. When you watched The Sixth Sense or something, and it was a pretty good movie, and then the ending was kind of cool. So you're like, yeah, this is a good movie. The ending makes or breaks it.
Yeah. You know who the villain reminded me of? He reminded me of Abraham Lincoln from Lincoln. So if anyone's seen Lincoln, and if you haven't, it's a hilarious movie. It's not meant to be a hilarious movie, but it is a hilarious movie. Daniel Day-Lewis plays Lincoln. I think he won his 3rd Oscar for that. Yeah. And his entire performance is made up of him randomly bursting into monologues that have no context.
Right.
Right? This is what Rami Malek's character is like in this Bond movie. He will just say a monologue and you're like, I have no idea what this man's
Yeah,
talking
what are you
about.
talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no context.
The one thing I hate is like when villains monologue so much that the hero can actually defeat them. Like they talk so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, like, what is he talking about? And then he just leaves. I'm like, oh, okay, he's just leaving now. Okay,
Yeah.
what's he doing? Where's he going? Why is he leaving? Is he going
There's
to the
too many
bathroom?
questions. Like I saw the movie and it's like I didn't like it as much as like Skyfall or Casino Royale. Like
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's
Well,
just not good.
The villain accomplishes his goal in the halfway point. His goal is to kill Spectre.
Yeah.
That's the only goal that we actually hear him say. It's like he's definitely targeting Spectre. He's not targeting Bond because his agent switches the DNA and removes Bond's DNA and puts all of Spectre's DNA. And then he kills all of Spectre. So once Blofeld gets killed, spoilers, Blofeld also gets killed and Felix gets killed. So once Blofeld is killed, the movie's over. And Safin, who is Rami Malek, Safin has won. So what the hell am I watching? He won. He killed all of Spectre. Now, if they were going to do something where they're going to say, look, Spectre has to be brought to justice, we're not going to kill them, this kind of thing, but that doesn't happen in James Bond. That's more of a Star Trek concept where we just don't randomly kill everybody. You know, it's like James Bond is like, look, I kill the bad guys. They're bad guys. I'm killing them. That's the end. Spectre deserves to die, right? So it's weird. He kills all the Spectre, and then I'm like, well, what is your plan? You won. Well, my plan is to have a weapon. Okay, well, you have it. Yeah, I know, and it's funny because it's like, what is his plan? Like, it's not like the Joker. If you look at the Joker, who's like, I just want chaos, right? So Joker usually has a plan that's involving causing the most chaos. It's weird. Joker's a weird character.
Yeah, like Joker is born on chaos, and like he doesn't care about money or anything like that. He just wants destruction and everything.
Right. So so even though that's an ambiguous plan, like if you're watching Batman, you're like, wait, what's Joker's plan? Well, his plan is chaos. So sometimes there's an orchestrated way to create the chaos. Like in '89, he steals the chemicals, or he taints the beauty products. Yeah. So that was his plan to create chaos. But he actually has no ultimate goal. Like throughout that movie, '89 and even Dark Knight Rises, his goals are always to create chaos in different ways. So you know, he taints the products. Okay, fine. Then he goes and destroys the museum. You know, just shit like that. It's like his plan is to go destroy the museum, but it's not a plan. It's like, let's just go destroy shit. But that's okay. But in James Bond, there needs to be a plan because you're sending an agent to do a mission. Yeah. It has to be a mission. You have to say, Bond, this guy has stolen, 2 missiles. He's going to blow up New York and he's going to blow up,
There's not really a plan. Like,
it's like, and then it's like, you have to stop him. Like, what was this guy's plan? I don't get his plan. Like, his plan was just to have a weapon. Well, you have it, so it's over.
Yeah, like, it wasn't a very good movie. Like, who's going to be replacing Bond anyway as, like, the new James Bond?
Right. So check this out. One day after this garbage movie came out, and everyone saw that he dies, the next day everyone's like, oh, who's going to be the new Bond? It's like they totally forgot. It's like they don't even care.
It made no impact whatsoever because none of his movies did.
Right. Now let me give you an example to both of you because you're both Batman fans. Whether or not you like Ben Affleck as Batman, that doesn't matter. But here's what does matter. People are still saying, Ben Affleck, we want more Ben Affleck, we want more Ben Affleck. Right? Even though Robert Pattinson, the trailer has dropped. This movie is coming out. It's ready to go. Like, this movie is coming out, guys. It's not Ben Affleck. It's going to be Pattinson. But people are still saying, well, we'd love to see more of Ben Affleck. That means that people actually cared about that. Here's evidence to show that nobody cares about Daniel Craig because the second his movies, who's going to be the next Bond? They don't care about him. And the fact that they let Bond die makes it final. You've literally imagine Ben Affleck died as Batman, and then they're like, here's Pattinson. You'd be like, okay, well, screw Ben Affleck. Here's the new Batman. That's not what you want. You never want your hero to die in a franchise that continues, unless it's
Friday 13th or Michael Myers or something, where they always die at the end and they just come back in some way later. Every time they cast a new Batman, they don't kill the previous actor, because that would really leave a bad taste in your mouth. And who wants to be excited for the next Batman movie when Batman's dead? If Ben Affleck died and they're like, there's a new Batman movie, you'd be like, screw this movie. It's so stupid.
Well, that's kind of like why I think a lot of people didn't care for Dark Knight Rises. It's like Batman retired. Bruce Wayne retired.
Wasn't in Justice League 3 they were gonna kill off Ben's Batman?
But it doesn't matter because, well, that didn't happen, right? And we don't know if that would have happened. The scripts can change, things can change. We don't know. But if they would have killed him, that would have been dumb.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when Superman died, we knew he was coming back, because this, it's like sometimes when characters die in these movies, they're coming back because it's already established that there's going to be another one, right? So it's not. But James Bond, people have always assumed that Daniel Craig is the same James Bond. Like they're like, it's just James Bond. It's the same guy we've always known. And you just killed him off. Now there's a new James Bond. So people are going to be like, is this different? Like, what is this? It's just too weird.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's not like it's a great movie and then he dies at the end, and you thought, oh, it's a sad ending. Like this wasn't, some great film, right? That had a bad ending. The movie was okay, and then it had a bad ending. So that just makes it bad.
Yeah.
Steven died in the J-Man universe. Steven can't die in the
the J-Man universe.
If there's a J-Man universe, it'd be a lot better than the James Bond universe. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So Steve hasn't seen Dune yet, I don't think.
No.
Right?
Not yet.
I heard good things and bad things. Like people say it's not good. Some people say it's a masterpiece. It's a 50-50. Like with every movie, when you watch something, it's always Hey, Truth. It's like a 50-50 with every movie. There's always gonna be like some people that say it's like terrible and some people that say it's good. So like I don't know. It's on HBO Max right now, so I guess you can watch it on HBO Max.
I've seen it. I'm a massive Dune fan, and it's if I have to pick one book only, Dune is my favorite book. I read the first 4. Frank Herbert, who's the originator of Dune, wrote 6 novels. I've read the first 4, and they're masterpieces, all of them. And so my Dune review is a nothing review. This is the one movie where I am more interested in everyone else's reviews than my own review. My review, you can't trust my review on Dune. My review on Dune is that it's awesome. I thought it was great. But the thing is that you can't trust me, because the reason you can't trust me is that I know this story so good that I can't tell when it's confusing. Like my wife has never read Dune, so she watched this movie and she said, "Wow, this is a very generic story." And I was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Dune is like the best story ever." Right? But the thing is, this movie, Dune, is a very difficult novel with a lot of like thoughts. Like you hear all the characters' thoughts, and it's so complicated that they've stripped away so much that they've given you a surface level narrative. Now, for me, because I know everything, I'm not really too worried about. Like, I'm like, this is a cool movie. It was awesome, And it ends in a very abrupt spot. Like people are like this. I don't even know if this is really the first half. To be honest, I have to go back to my book and check. This might be 1/3 of the book, because it just ends and you're like, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's a weird place to end it. But then I'm trying to think back. Like I don't know where I would end it. The book is in 3 components. It's like three chapters.
How long is the story?
The movie is 2.5 hours, and I mean it's gonna have to. I don't know if they're gonna do another 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, I heard if this does well, they're gonna bring with Dune 2, then I can see Dune 2. Like I can get watch it and see.
Filmed it.
The problem is that Denis Villeneuve movies rarely do well. Like they're usually critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
You might have. But we fought on we already fought on we just fought the other day, but Arkham's on my side. He just doesn't want to admit it in front of everybody.
What?
You don't have to admit it. The Riddler's trash in this Batman movie. Period. That's not an opinion. That's the fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Anyways, no. So go ahead, Steve. Yeah, his movies don't do well.
His movies don't generally do well in the box office. Like the acid test was Blade 2049, which is universally liked by everyone who's seen it. It was a massive box office flop. Now, maybe you can say, well,
everyone has a Batman picture now.
maybe you could say, like, well, they're continuing a classic movie from like almost 40 years ago. Like, it's almost like that new Wall Street movie where you're like, why the hell was this made?
Yeah, I watched that Wall Street movie and it's fine, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, why do I need to see this movie? Like, I watched it to watch it, but I'm like, why do I need to see this? We'll get to Batman. We'll get to Batman.
If he does pull out a gun, he can't shoot us online.
No. I'm also impervious. I've also made a deal with the devil. I can't be killed by regular weapons or whatever. I cannot be killed by conventional weapons. Yeah, Dune, I'm very anxious for Steve's opinion. Sean texted me, he watched it last night. So I'm going to see what Sean thinks. I don't think Sean is not as massive a Dune guy as I am.
Yeah, I don't know that much about Dune. Like, I'm going to watch the movie tonight and see how it is. I'll give you what I think probably like after I watch it.
Yeah, I'd love to this would be one where I'd love to do like a major panel and have like as many people as I can on to talk about Dune and their points, because see, my wife never read anything, so she just thought, this was it's very simplistic. It's like, okay, it's like, they're trying to kill off the one house. But actually, I know every character's backstory, and it's like, there's just so much that as I'm watching it, I thought, oh crap, this guy's already dead. I'm like, shit, they didn't explain any of his story. But I don't know if that ruins it for people. Like, for me, it doesn't ruin it, because I'm just watching, like, let's say you just took the novel and you shortened it, and that's what I'm watching. I'm just watching a condensed version. It's the Coles Notes, or the, what do you guys call it in America? Like, when people don't want to read Hamlet.
Like, they take a snippet of like the novel or whatever, and you only have like partial of the story or something like that.
I just got it today in the mail. I just got Injustice and Superman and Lois season 1. I just put it on the shelf.
Oh, you got Superman and Lois?
I just got Superman and Lois season 1 today, and I got Injustice just today.
Did you watch Superman and Lois?
I watched it when it was on.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, I like Superman and Lois. It was fun.
Yeah.
But no, it was like Cliff's Notes. Like, remember, I don't know, for you guys, like for the younger people in the States there, you guys, instead of if you don't want to watch or read Hamlet, or there's like the Cliff's Notes or or whatever, where it's like the condensed. That's what this Dune movie is to me. So I actually have no negative comments. Like, everything's fine. Like, they gender swapped Liet Kynes, but Liet Kynes' gender literally plays zero significance to the story whatsoever, so it doesn't matter. And Liet Kynes doesn't do anything in this movie, so swapping it didn't matter. Like,
how do you feel about the idea of like gender swapping certain characters in certain franchise? I'm never for it.
My official standpoint is never change anything. Period.
Yeah.
But if you feel you need to change something, then I need you to show me why. Like the He-Man CGI cartoon, which I absolutely loved. The CGI one, not that Revelation, which I thought was absolute garbage. But they race swapped Tila. But this Tila is a completely new character who's a
Ram Man.
person. Ram Man, they gender swapped. It didn't bother me because it wasn't the same character as a female. It's just you could almost say that it's Ram Man's daughter or something.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so different. So it didn't bother me because this show was targeted to a different audience. It was not targeted to the old school audience of He-Man. It was targeted to new audience children. New children.
Yeah.
So that doesn't bother me because it's like, let's see what happens with that. Revelations bother me because they said this is targeted for Steven. This is targeted for Jason.
How would you feel? Because I saw this on Twitter. I think an actress was asked the question, would you ever want to play the Joker in the Batman franchise?
God, Kristen Stewart, yes.
Yeah. Would you like the idea of them gender swapping Joker?
Hell no. I don't even want them to. I didn't even want gender swapping for Ram-Man. I don't want anything gender swap at all, like ever. If you feel you have to do it, then you have to convince me. See, when you make changes, you have to convince me it was the right thing to do. I have to tell you something, Arkham, and you maybe don't know this, and maybe some of the people in the chat don't know this either. When the Man of Steel, not Man of Steel the movie, Man of Steel the comic, this was the post-crisis Man of Steel relaunch of Superman. I'll tell you, Sean does not like it. Clobberin Times, who's a buddy of mine now, he didn't like it. They didn't like this because here's what they did. They made Lex Luthor into this businessman, Lex Corp, and all this stuff. Before all of that, he was kind of a mad scientist character.
Yeah.
Who made all these weird, crazy gadgets and costumes, and people didn't like that. But I really liked it. And for me, it made Lex Luthor a more modern villain that was more threatening, because we already had a lot of crazy scientist characters anyways.
Yeah.
John Byrne also took away the Kryptonian family. It's like, he's like, no, Kal-El is the survivor of Krypton. That's it. There's no Supergirl. There's no Zod or any of that stuff. He stripped off. Now, of course, those people came back later on, right? Whatever. But it started off, and a lot of people didn't like that. So again, but he was convincing people. Like, the art was great, the stories were good, and people started to get into this Superman and Lex Luthor. People were really getting into Lex Luthor and saying this is a very good Lex Luthor, and it's a complete difference than the old Lex Luthor. So in that sense, it was okay. He made a change, he modernized it, and he proved to you that this Luthor is going to be good, and that's the Lex Luthor everyone knows right now.
Yeah.
They don't know the previous Luthor. Now, that means that succeeded. So if you're going to say the Joker's a female, like they did in Flashpoint, the cartoon, it was Martha that became
Martha Wayne,
yeah. Like, I don't mind, like, that's Martha Wayne, but if I don't like the idea of, like, gender swapping, if you're doing this, if this is not in Flashpoint canon, and he didn't change timeline, it's not Thomas Wayne, it shouldn't be gender swap. Like, you shouldn't, like, just keep the characters as they are. Like, I understand that they just asked the question. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. But I just don't like the idea of gender swap.
Maybe Kristen Stewart can be Robin to Pattinson's.
No!
Female mirror. Yeah, I know.
I want Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
I know they had the mirror mistress or whatever her name was.
That was trash.
That was trash, right? She's very attractive, but other than that, she was trash.
Yeah. The Flash has to end.
Oh yeah, I hate evil Superman. So Injustice is crap to me, but I still bought it. You know, I have to buy it. It wouldn't be.
Do you like the story? Like
No, I never read Injustice. If Superman turns evil, I'm not reading it. Like that's an auto not read. I don't care if it's good, or if people tell me it's good. I hate the idea that they turn him evil. In Superman 3, when he becomes kind of like the who cares Superman, he's not evil in that Superman 3. He just doesn't care about stuff, and he's just kind of reckless. I don't mind that because he turned back right away. But if Superman turns evil and kills people, I don't like it. And I'm not going to read Injustice. I'm not going to play the games. I'll watch the cartoon just to watch the cartoon, so I kind of see the story. But I don't like that concept at all. No one can convince me. It's not.
Sean can convince you.
Nobody can convince me. It's not happening. Not Sean doesn't like it either. But even if Sean did like it, he wouldn't be able to convince.
I know how you feel about the Batman, but for the tone of the universe, do you think they can still work with a Nightwing or Robin, or do you think that universe is too dark and gritty?
For the patents, or the what are we calling this Batman movie?
The Batman, like the Batman universe, Matt Reeves create.
We'll call it Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
The Reeves verse.
The Reeves
no, because it's too close to George Reeves, and it's a little bit like Christopher.
Okay,
Reeves.
Pattinson's universe.
We'll call it the Pattinson. The Pattins. No, the thing is that okay. Anytime they make it more realistic, they remove fantasy elements.
Yeah.
So look at it from this point of view. if Zack Snyder removed fantasy elements, you wouldn't have the Justice League movie. Battinson, that's super funny, Bell. We're gonna do that. We're gonna cover that.
Battinson? Oh yeah, it's over. Yeah,
that's it. That's the name. You named it. Okay, so the Battinson. So when you remove fantasy, you've lost so much potential. Like, remember, I don't care about the Snyderverse, right? But it's still got fantasy, and it's got excitement, right? You've got Darkseid, you've got Parademons, you've got Steppenwolf, who's like the best. Steppenwolf's the best thing in that movie, pretty much, right? And I like Desaad. Desaad looked cool too. So like, without the villains were the best thing in that Justice League movie. Obviously, Darkseid and Steppenwolf are the best things in the Justice League Snyder cut. So they won't be there. Like, this stuff won't be there in the Battinson universe. I just don't. I can't get my head around it. Like, I don't understand what they want to do. Like, they want to eliminate some. Well, if Batman is so realistic, why wouldn't he carry a gun then? And why would he have the ear? Why would he have a cape? Why would he have a symbol? I don't like. Why would he have a symbol? The symbol literally has no purpose other than to identify himself.
Yeah, I like the suit. The suit looks cool, but I want to see the bat ears. There's no bat ears on it.
Right, like, I don't get it. Like, he's. I don't get it. It's like, let's make a Friday 13th movie that's really realistic. Okay, so Jason gets shot and he's dead.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, let's make Halloween Kills realistic. Well, the second Michael Myers gets shot, he's dead. Right?
But we've already had the quote unquote grounded, realistic Batman. That was what the Nolan verse was.
Right. With varying degrees of success, right, Steve? Because nobody likes Dark Knight Rises. It's way too long, and they ruined it in the end. Right. So it's too long. And it ruined Bane. It's boring.
Catwoman's terrible.
She's
not Catwoman.
She's not Catwoman. So yeah. Batman Begins. I think everyone like Batman Begins. I think that's pretty much.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good story. Like, I don't like. I like the suit. The suit's pretty good. The one problem. I don't have a problem with the movie. It's just when they started with the Dark Knight, they downgraded the suit, and it looks like it just doesn't look good. It looks like something you get at Party City.
Yeah, I don't like the costumes. Steve, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, there's three things I don't like about the movie. Scarecrow has no costume. Ra's al Ghul does not have the Lazarus pits.
I agree.
And Katie Holmes, period.
Yeah. Oh, she's awful.
Like, I don't understand why you have to have Katie. Like she's not in the Batman mythology at all. Like,
nope. Don't need her. Don't need her.
I think Batman Begins is better than Dark Knight.
I do too. Yeah, I agree.
Like, as a comic book person that reads Batman a lot, like, I wish they did the actual Ra's al Ghul that had the Lazarus Pit, the League of Assassins, and everything like that. Scarecrow, where he Scarecrow that has the official costume, and like maybe Robin or something like that, like Dick Grayson or something like that. But they never introduced him because Nolan's universe was too realistic.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I think we're going with this one too. Like, the Riddler's a serial killer. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. Why are we pretending it's good? Steve, I was the lone fighter the other night on Bell's.
You were alone.
I was alone. It was like a grid of people.
It was like, and you on the bottom.
So, Bell is very she's very nice, and
you're in a boxing match with everyone.
With everybody. I'm okay with that. Because they're pretending it's good. Steve, they're pretending it's good. I don't know why.
Guys,
the Riddler sucks. Riddler is Steven's favorite. Is he your favorite villain?
He's my favorite villain.
Period, or just
in Batman? Yes.
No, in DC. In DC.
Oh, that's a good question.
Top 10?
Top 10. Well, yeah, top 10 for sure.
Okay, so top 10. So top 10 villain. And it's like, he's a very good character. The Riddle idea, outsmarting Batman, is great. He looks like garbage in this movie. I've seen the toys. The toys are up for pre-order on my comic shop. I'm not, guess what? Not pre-ordering those trash toys. he looks like garbage, and everyone's pretending it's okay. They're like, well, it's a different take. No, it's not okay. It sucks. It's not a different take. It's garbage. Look, I'm the Riddler. Like, oh, okay, that's not the Riddler. Yeah, I'm the Riddler.
This is a time we don't give a pass, because we gave a pass on Nolanverse, right?
I don't think he ever introduced Riddler.
He never did, but because he was too fantastical to introduce. There's no way no one could wrap his head around that, which is fine. He wanted to do the realistic Batman, and we got 3 realistic Batmans. Fine. It's over with. We now go and do... Yeah, that's a good point, Belle.
That's a good point, too.
We now go... We can't really count the Afflecks, because that never felt like a Batman movie. That was a Justice League movie. I thought the Justice League, yeah. Right? He didn't really fight any of his rogues gallery. So now, Matt Reeves was supposed to reboot back to, I thought, a more fantastical Batman. Then I watched... Right. And I watched the 2 trailers. I saw the first one, and the first one I was like, ooh, I'm not sure about this. But I didn't see enough. Literally, I didn't see enough. I can't see anything. So I'm like, let me see the second one. Drop some fandom. I'm like, ooh, I'm not liking this. It's just very, very dark. I can't see jack half the time. And like, I'm like, which one is the Riddler again? And I got really bad, a really bad feeling about Catwoman. A really bad feeling.
Her costume is awful. It's like a paper sack on her. It looks like Jason from Part 2 with the pillowcase back on. I swear to God, and then the pillow is like a square, so it makes like these ears. It's awful. I saw the Catwoman toy. It's awful. Catwoman is supposed to be the sexiest villain. You know, what's her name looks good, right? The girl looks good.
Wouldn't she be anti-villain? Like, she's not really a villain like
right. She's an anti-hero. They made her an anti-hero. Yeah.
Like, because she has a relationship with Batman, and she does steal, but she's not like that kind of villain like Joker or Penguin or something.
No. She's not like a killer or whatever. I don't like Catwoman anyways, though, in general, but whatever. But the thing is that like she looks good, and then it's like they got her in this garbage costume. I don't get it, man. This is so bad. And then Penguin is literally a chubby guy. So I used to weigh over 300 pounds before I lost like 110 something pounds. I could have been Penguin. Damn it, could have been easily Penguin. They wouldn't even have to put a fat suit on me.
And then like to Belle, what Belle was saying. Why is Batman pissed off all the time? Like, he's angry. He's like, ah! And I'm like, why is he angry? Like, Batman is not like, oh! Like, it's like he's like, you know, he's contained. He's calculating. He's strategic. He's not like beating the shit out of someone and just like pounding away. Like, what is happening? Like,
he's a ninja.
He's a ninja. That's cool. Exactly. He's an assassin. That's what he is, except he doesn't kill.
I don't know. We're going to go see this movie. We're all going to see it, obviously, right? Like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to buy it no matter what. Since I bought that garbage Batwoman season 2, I'll definitely buy everything else.
Did you hear what's going on with, I think, the CW with, I think, Ruby Rose?
Oh, Ruby Rose?
Oh, you guys heard about that, right?
Ruby Rose took some shots. WB is taking some shots back.
Here, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I wasn't there, but wow! Like if what she's saying, and she seemed to be very passionate about it, and she seemed to have a backup. If what she's saying is true,
Yeah, year 2.
This is getting bad. I feel like it.
Oh God, I don't want to see Batman finding himself.
Finding myself.
No.
This is the so I looked at all my Batman movies. This is the 4,000th Batman film that we're getting. He doesn't find himself anymore. He's found himself. He's fine. I hate this idea of I've got to find myself, or I gotta, because that's what they're doing. That what Bella is saying is right. That's like he's starting out.
Yeah.
Why is he always starting out?
I think this is in year 2 where the villains. This is year 2. I think like what year 1 after year 1 where he already like if you ever read like Batman Year 1, like
we all read that.
Like I mean, it's year 2 where the villains are starting to be established and they don't have like their signature look. And I think there's a graphic novel of Batman Year 2, I think.
Yeah, and year 3 is the first. Is year 3 Tim Drake? No. What was the? Because I got year 3. I have year 1, year 2, and year 3. I think I have year 3, the actual comics.
Yeah,
or at least I did have them.
Like I think what Matt Reeves is going for is like Batman starting out having like getting that like the villain starting out, but don't have like how he explained it. He said like it's not gonna be origin of Batman. It's gonna be more like an origin for the villains starting out.
Right, but like the thing is Arkham, and I think ultimately this is the thing is that when you take this tact, what you're basically saying is, I don't want to show you the villains because I don't either A, know what to do with them, or B, I don't know how to do them convincingly enough. We've had Batman Begins give you the origin of Batman. We no longer need to see the origin of Batman. So you don't need to see the origin of the other characters. I'm going to go back to 89. 89, in the first 10 minutes, he shows up. He's like, I'm Batman. No one needed an origin story. No one needed an origin story of any of it. We got an origin story of the Joker. Fine. We got the origin story of the Joker. But Joker still did a lot of things. Him doing this in the last 5 minutes, he'll be Penguin. I'm not guaranteed for a movie now in the Battinson verse. I'm going to steal that now, Belle, because I love it.
Yeah, we're using that.
I have no guarantee that I will have the full Penguin for the full next movie. He might just do the origin of someone else, like Two-Face next time. Like, you can't keep like doing this bait and switch thing with the fans. We went through a long period of time where we got realistic Batman, and we had to suck it up Buttercup because that's all we got. Then we got Ben Affleck Batman in the Justice League. Fine, but this is Justice League. This isn't Batman stories, right? So now we get Batman. Casting comes out. Casting sounds great. Colin Farrell, Paul Dano is an awesome casting as a Riddler character. Pattinson, okay, fine. Like Andy Serkis, Jeffrey Wright, like they said all the right things. Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman, but then they show us this, and I'm like, this is like some 7th grade like thing you put on for your teachers, where like Catwoman's putting on a pillowcase, and the Riddler's got a like he looks like this, and what is going on? Like, guys, come on, we've already had a semi take like this. Sean is
Sean doesn't need to speak.
He's in mourning over the Batman trailer. He doesn't know what to say. So
yeah, we're gonna see it, and we'll let Sean say something in a second. We're gonna see it. And I'm not too nervous about maybe Batman himself. We'll see how it goes.
Right.
My problem is that the coolest thing about Batman is the villains, and you downplayed them. Now now we're not just getting the super down and dirty, gritty, realistic version of Batman, which you may as well just do an Exterminator movie, right?
Yeah.
Like Exterminator Part 1 is the realistic version of Batman. He just goes around in his army coat and just uses a machine gun and kills the bad guys, and that's the end of the movie. And you're like, hey, Exterminator! It's like, that's the realistic Batman movie. I have both movies of it. I've got the poster for Part 2 right there, over there. So anyways, it's like, but now the villains are garbage. Like, why the villains suck so badly? All right, Sean, what are your thoughts?
On what, this new Batman movie?
Yeah,
just based on the trailer or what?
Just based on the trailer.
Just on the bad trailer.
It just seemed like more of the same, but like that's what people want, right? Because everyone's freaking out online, like, oh, it's a badass Batman and all that. I thought we were gonna get like a detective Batman. I guess not. Like he is the Dark Knight detective. And if you're to Steve's earlier point, if you're angry and pissed off all the time, like when he punches that, I love that part in the trailer. It's so bad. It's like when he punches, it goes, like, and like his eyes flare, like it's so awful. It's a bad thing to do to Robert Pattinson because like he looks bad in that. But anyways, I don't see that guy solving clues and stuff, right? So I think it's just more of the same. He punches a few bad guys. I like I know that everyone was making fun of how skinny he was, and I get that there are a lot of stuntmen are basically playing Batman. Yeah. I like the sleek look of him when he's like running around and jumping and stuff. It looked kind of neat in the trailer.
Yeah, like when people expect Batman for like. I understand people expect Batman like buff and everything like that, but this is year 2, so I don't expect him like to be like his physique to be like that, like in the comics. Like this is year 2, so he's just like he's still getting introduced.
I know. He's all angry. I think what happened. So Steve touched upon this, which is the fact that anytime somebody does a prequel or a way off sequel or an alternate timeline, this is what's automatically happening in my brain. I'm like, oh, you're too lazy to try to do it right. You don't know what to do. Steve said this for the villains. You don't know what to do, so you're just going to do your version, and everyone's going to be like, well, it's your version. It's like, it's same with Star Trek. JJ was too lazy to try to come up with something new for Star Trek. He wanted the name Star Trek. He wanted the name Kirk and Spock. So he's like, this is before the old show. Like, okay, well, before the old show doesn't matter because they met on that show. So, right, like it's like their relationship is formed on that old show, and that's what everyone loves. The before that, where Kirk is just like a guy on a motorcycle, nobody cares, and it literally comes out of laziness because it's hard. We're all writers. Well, I don't know, Arkham, I don't know if you, but like Steve and Sean and I, we're all published authors. We've written like characters and books. We've created stuff. It's hard. Steve's written like a bunch of novels. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. So it's hard. So it's very hard to come up with something new. So it's much easier to say, I'll take Kirk and Spock and just do some other bullshit and remake stuff, and then then I'm all good. It's like
that's the skeptic.
What's going on?
What's skeptic saying?
Oh gosh, we're not. I'm skeptic. Are you? What is there? Is there a sex scene with Batman? No.
Maybe, you know.
I don't think there's going to be. There's no nudity in this movie, so.
No, Zoe Kravitz is saying I don't want Catwoman to be sexy. So
then, what do you want her to be?
I have no idea.
Because what else is she? What? Like no. I'm not trying to be rude either. Superheroes are sexy.
Yeah,
all of them. The men, the women.
Yeah, they're all drawn. It's the whole what's the guy's name? They're all drawn with their muscles. It's like they're painted
right. They're painted colors,
right? Yeah, they're not matted. But all the men are sexed up in these superhero movies all the time. Like they're at least once, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand this idea. And what is so wrong with it, anyways? Like.
Well, yeah, no, I listen, whenever these SJWs or people who are SJW minded argue, they're arguing from a point of view of like historical context, right. And not everything is in historical context. It's like when I had an argument with someone at work about giving out candy canes, and they're like, oh, do you know where the candy cane comes from? And I'm like, no, where does it come from? And it's like, it's the shepherd's cane, and it's like Christian and all that. And it's like, I'm not imposing Christianity by giving a candy cane. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, you know, and it's like, if we're sexing up Catwoman, we are not bringing into it the historical significance and context of women sexualized for the pleasure of men through a dominating patriarchy. It's just Catwoman and a cat.
It's just Catwoman.
That's all it is. Yes. It's like, guys.
Sorry, I got lost after Sean's imposing Christianity on me.
Candy cane.
This is how they treat this stuff, as though it's some sort of thing. It's like, oh, I want Catwoman to be sexy because I believe that women are trash. It's like, huh? It's like, huh? No.
We didn't make this Batman movie to like free all women everywhere. Did
And how
you?
come-
Maybe you did.
No, I don't know. But and Batman himself is buff. Thor is buff. You always see Chris Hemsworth without his shirt on and all that. And then
Chris
he's dating dopey Natalie Portman. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, can't Thor pick up? You
He
he
can do
needs
better,
to-
Thor.
he-
Thor
could
do better.
Thor, you could do better. That should be
I- I-
trend when that movie comes out.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, yeah, people get so upset over it. But anyway, whatever. What was I gonna say? So Sean, you watched Dune, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did you like it or?
I thought it was hit and miss.
Yeah,
I think I liked it up to a point. There's a point up to probably when they go to the corporate planet and they're recruiting the Sardaukar and all that. I was looking up the action figures, the Tom McFarlane figures, so I was into it. I think beyond that point, something broke. Yeah. I mean, I think the pacing. Look, I never did like Denis Villeneuve. I think he's boring. I think he films with a sort of overexposure look to things that make me look dark and stupid, and people love that. I think a lot on the good side. I think like Gurney and Duncan and the dude that calculates, I can't remember his name. All those guys are cool. Yeah, and even the Duke is.
But see, Sean. Okay, so you just said that.
Yeah.
For Howard is a mentat, right?
Yeah.
And he calculates. That is not shown in this movie. And this is what I was getting at.
It's only shown once in the beginning when his eyes go white, and then and so I know that. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. My problem with this movie was that see, the thing is, if people come away from it and they love it and they get it, then fine. But I would have done things differently. But I'm not like a filmmaker. But to me, it's like, I think Denis Villeneuve's problem has always been he's not a good storyteller. He's never been, and I know people who, what are you talking about? He's not. It's like he loves this book. I think he loved the movie more than the book. And there's one. So what's his name? Paul Atreides gets these visions all the time, right? And he does in the book too. And he's becoming what the Bene Gesserit want him to be, right? Like this big godlike character. Yeah. And
it's basically a male Bene Gesserit.
Yeah. But the thing is, he's so in the first book, he's afraid of becoming this big symbol that's going to be propped up as someone to fight for and kill for and everything. And there's a vision in this movie, but that vision is shitty. It's like there's 50 people fighting 50 people, and so it's like a very small little fight, and then they zoom in. And there's this dude in like a decked out, like Todd McFarlane action figure like armor, and he's like fighting guys, and there's all twirling, and then he stops, he looks at the camera, and it's Timothy Chalamet, right? And I'm like, okay, but that shouldn't you show something like people pillaging and killing and like and stepping on dead guys and stuff like that, and then chanting his name? That would be the thing.
Right, because it's like
does that vision really show to someone who doesn't know anything about Dune? Right. Does it show that in the book? In the book, all of the character building and stuff and his ambivalence about this stuff is in the narration. So your job as a filmmaker adapting this is come up with scenes, visualizations, vignettes, to show these things in 30 seconds or a minute at a glance. That's what a filmmaker does, and Denis Villeneuve can't do that.
Yes, this is what I was. So I was saying this before, and I really want to know what everyone else, because you know Dune. I want to know. We're gonna maybe set up something. I want to get as many people as I can who have not read the books or don't know anything. And I showed the movie to Steve like ages ago. You probably don't remember anything from it, but at this point, I showed it to you like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah,
it's like. Because see, I immediately thought that, like, I'm watching this and Huey, Dr. Huey,
yeah.
So Dr. Huey has the little triangle thingy. Now, right now, nobody knows what that is. Now I know what it is, but the thing is, it's like so. we won't spoil anything just because, I mean, this is spoiler territory for people who don't know. Dr. Yui does some stuff, and you're like, okay,
56-year-old book, but sure.
I know, but nobody's read it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that so I know what all this means, but it's never said in the movie. So when the event happens, you're like, oh, okay. And it's so obvious, I think, to anybody watching this movie, you're like, well, I know what's going to happen because, right? But it's not obvious in the book because of the history of Dr. Yui.
Yeah.
And what that means.
But he doesn't set it up. Like,
it's not set up.
You know what? I went back while I was watching this. I went back to something Steve said last stream, where he said that Steve, you said that your dad saw Arrival or whatever it was, and he was like, so you know what the premise is, and he said, it's the premise.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's what he said.
Nothing else happens.
Yeah,
it is exactly what you told me. That's what happened in the movie, and that's it. And I feel like that's Denis Villeneuve's approach to filmmaking and storytelling. He doesn't know how to open it up. He doesn't. It's like, if you want to show that everyone trusts that dude that you're talking about, show it. And if it's not in the book, then use your visual and storytelling imagination to come up with a scene that shows it, like a filmmaker. And if you can't do that, then F you.
Yeah, in order for that to have happened, you would have to make changes. This is why.
That's fun. You're adapting.
This is what happens when you can't do a book. You have to change it. It's inevitable. You have to change it because in order to show, without explaining in a narrative where there's like an entire chapter devoted to why that
everyone loves that guy and I think
like this is the it's like without a chapter explaining what that symbol on his head is, you now have to explain that somehow.
Yeah.
What I would have done is I would have had Paul having visions of what was going to happen, but not seeing exactly how it went down.
Yeah.
And then someone would be, and then I'd have Thufir be like, well, I think it could be this, this, and this. And then someone might say, well, what about this? And he's like, no, it can't be that. Right. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it can't be that because of, but then that's a scene that's not in the book. Like basically he just took, if I was going to explain to somebody what the first part of the book was just by words, that's what he filmed. Mm-hmm. Right. Without me getting into the details of it.
Yeah.
So
you filmed the book on a surface level. You would see if you saw the events of the book.
Yeah. Does it work as a movie? Will people love it? Will people love it? Anyways, we're going to see. We're going to find out.
I think it drags past a certain point. I know it's the stuff that's in the book, but like his pacing is bad. And like I said this before, like you can do this in a movie, like in a 3.5 hour, maybe even.
I think so. I think 3.5.
As a big epic picture, you can do it. But like at the hour mark, they're encountering the worm as it's destroying that refinery.
Yep.
And I would think that would be maybe a half hour, 40 minutes in. It's if you really want to tell a story, like I don't know, he just drags stuff. There's some stuff that's cut out, and it's like, but you're still going way long. I don't know why.
Dune is very dense, man.
I know, but like I always
so
said
it drags on a long time.
Pardon?
What's that, Arkham?
I was saying it drags on a long time.
Not for me. For me, no. But I didn't think Blade Runner dragged. But I don't think the only two movies I've seen of this guy is Dune and Blade Runner. I did like both movies, but again, I like Blade Runner anyways, so I'm just like the world of it. Oh, Arkham's done. It's not my internet this time because I'm on thing. I want to address something really quick. Skeptic, you asked that in the corner. That is the creature from the Black Lagoon. In my corner, over my shoulder. He was asking if that was E.T.
Now, question for you, J-Man, actually. We talked about this, and I don't think, do you like E.T.? Because when I first met you, you hated E.T. You liked it.
I didn't like E.T.
You went on a diatribe, Yeah,
so I saw it in the theater, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up, and I told you my grandfather who took me to the movies, didn't understand much English and didn't really pay attention in movies anyways. I said, "Oh man, what happened?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, he died." He's like, "Oh, I was like, "Oh okay." I was like, "Oh okay." So I literally walked away from that movie like, "Wow, this is a boring movie that I fell asleep at, and the guy dies at the end. So this is just awful." And then nobody really talked about the ending. They just said, "Oh, it was so sad. E.T. is such a sad movie." I thought, "Yeah, it is pretty sad. He dies." And then VHS came out, so I bought it on VHS, and I watched it, and I was like, then it didn't make me like it. It made me hate it because I'm like, oh my god, he lives at the end. I'm like, this is not a sad ending. It's fine. He goes home. Why is this sad? And then because it's with this kid. I'm like, but by the time I watched it the second time when I purchased the movie, I then realized I'm like, this is dumb, right? Like, and then I'm like, okay. And then I rewatch it again. I'm like, no, this is a great movie. It's just that it just wrong bad occasions. Every time I watched it.
The soundtrack is killer, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I think for a long time it was a low key sort of like underrated John Williams score, but it's awesome. So we love the Alien franchise.
Yeah, Alien is my 11th favorite movie of all time. I have an
What's your number one?
My number one favorite movie is Conan the Barbarian.
Oh.
Which is that entire shelf right there.
We actually went on a bit of a thing about that last time because Alien is a masterpiece. Aliens is a great action film.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Alien 3 is...
It's okay. I don't mind any of them. But it's kind of...
That's
Aren't they making like a TV show, I think, with Aliens and Predator? Like, I think it's an Alien movie.
I don't know.
There's an Alien show coming out, but yeah.
Yeah, Alien show.
Oh, yeah. TV
okay. And then Alien 4 is a really fun fantasy action movie. Like,
it's very 90s movie.
It's very 90s. It's kind of cool. I actually really like it. It's nowhere near like the Alien, the first two movies, the first or the second movie, but it's fun. It's cool. You know, I like when Winona Ryder's there and she's like, all aliens go to that level where the doctor is. Like, you know, she's opening the doors for the aliens to get to them. I thought that was cool. AVP.
I like the Alien versus Predator movie where they go against each other, like aliens versus aliens. That was cool.
Yeah, I didn't care for the AVP movies. It's just like it felt very, they didn't go into it enough. Like they kept focusing on the humans, which they didn't create good human characters.
I don't know why, but I like with Aliens and with like I think Godzilla, since the movies, they focus too much on the humans, to be honest. Just make it about the monsters, just make it about the aliens. Like you don't have to focus all of the movie on the humans. It's called Alien versus it's called Aliens, it's called King Kong. It's not called humans or anything like that.
I think I agree with you, Arkham, but I think where the Godzilla movies are a little bit of a step up, at least in my opinion, is at least the Godzilla movies I've seen.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the Japanese ones. I'm not talking about the American ones, but the Japanese ones, the characters are sort of a little bit more fun or interesting, or there's a little bit something about them I like a little bit more. For some reason, the AVP movies, they made the characters like extremely boring. The only person I liked in all of them was Lance Henriksen, but that's just because I like Lance Henriksen. They just don't do anything appealing with them. And then like the modern ones, Prometheus is an awesome film. Really, really, I enjoy watching it all the time. Like I've watched it a few times now. I really like it. Covenant I've seen once. I remember nothing about it.
I gotta watch that one.
So that's the Alien franchise for me.
You gotta think this is relative for me when you're talking about aliens. Like I saw Alien Resurrection twice in the theater. I saw Prometheus 3 times in IMAX.
Yeah.
IMAX 3D. So it's like this is all relative. Like if I'm saying, yeah, Alien Resurrection, it's okay. I still saw it twice in the theater. Like I mean, I'm talking about like comparing to Alien, which I think is a masterpiece movie.
Yeah.
And I think Aliens Part 2 is a fantastic action film. Alien Part 1 is a masterpiece. So Alien Resurrection is awesome. And Alien 3 is awesome. I like Alien 3 because I just like Alien and even AVP. Like I saw AVP, I'm like, oh, this isn't that good. When I'm saying it's not that good, I'm talking about it's not that good to live up to the Alien name of, not like this is just a trash movie that I think sucks, I'll never watch it again. You know what I mean? Like, it's like relative for me. It's like I love the Predator movies as well. The only movie that I really didn't like is the latest Predator, which I actually thought was a garbage movie.
Which one? Is it the one with? Is it the mega Predator or something like that? Or
no, the Predator.
It's Shane Black's Predator.
Yeah. Shane Black.
Yeah,
the one with the Predator dogs that have the same heads as them.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yes, that one. See, you know from that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have War of the Gargantuan. Oh, you know what? I just threw out. I make these little characters. In my spare time, I create these little characters out of cardboard, and I created both Gargantuas, the green one and the orange one. And I made both. Remember that, Sean? I had everybody order.
That's one of the best kaiju movies ever made. In my opinion, it's like, and
I
love this song. Like the words get stuck in my mouth. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, so like this is my where am I? This here is my kaiju shelf, and then the Godzilla movies and Gamera movies are all on a shelf that you can't see. They're over on outside the camera. The one with Olivia Munn, yes, she was very.
Olivia Munn, there you go.
God, yes.
Yes.
I didn't see the movie, but I heard so much about it.
One. I think it might still be sealed. I may not have opened it. It's on my shelf though. That I actually thought was a garbage. Like AVP, I was like, oh, that could have been better. Right, but like this, I was like angry. I'm like, this is a trash movie. Even Alien Covenant or whatever, I'm like, it could have been better. I think Prometheus is amazing. I think Alien is amazing. I think Aliens is amazing. Alien Resurrection-ish, and those are kind of my favorites. The first 3 Predator movies are awesome. I've got the original poster for Predator 2, man. I don't have any space to put it up, but I have the original Predator 2 poster. And it's a great poster, and I love Predator 2. Danny Glover was just like the damn best in that movie. So
yeah, AVP is frustrating because it started as a comic first. Mm-hmm. Dark Horse got the idea to do it, and then Fox took it. But the first comic story was amazing, and everyone was like, "Why didn't you just do that as a movie?" But instead, they did this watered down, like they're in the Arctic or something, and yeah. And then the second one was there in suburbia or something like that.
You'll see I'm wearing Superman pajamas, so don't be alarmed.
You wear them all the time, no. I'm worried. It's like
I'm worried.
It's like
I think he's finding the black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer the question for everybody.
Oh.
Any one of these.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, Sean has it already, bastard.
Yeah.
I
Mine's
just had
in my
to go like
basement.
that. I had to get up in my master
I gotta
bedroom.
get up and move all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Bride, pound for pound, Bride of Frankenstein might be the best.
Yeah, I agree. But my favorite, the question's favorite, not best. So favorite.
Bride of Frankenstein for me.
Favorite?
Or maybe Invisible Man.
The first one? Yeah.
With Claude Rains.
For me,
we'll start with A Reign of Terror.
Yeah.
What an awesome line. The Invisible Man is psychotic. Ever since that first movie, except Hollow Man's not bad, but they've made the Invisible Man a loser.
Yeah.
The Invisible Man is psychotic. He literally becomes invisible. He's like, I think we'll start with A Reign of Terror. He's like, we won't kill everybody. We'll just kill a few people and get people scared and make them terrified. I'm like, this is like 1930, whatever. I'm like, this is freaking awesome. I love Invisible Man.
Wasn't there I think a recent movie, I don't know, when it came out, there was like a horror film that had to do with the Invisible Man.
Horror in name.
The Invisible Man, yeah.
Yeah, he terrorizes his girlfriend. Lame.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Steve, for your favorite?
It's the first Frankenstein. Like
Frankenstein 1?
It's so tough because I put that Invisible Man and Creature Creature is really damn good.
The trilogy is great. Yeah.
Yeah. That Creature.
Yeah. Go on.
Nope.
I was gonna say, my favorites are gonna be guilty pleasures. Like the best one is Bride of Frankenstein, but like,
Sure.
Frankenstein versus a Wolfman is awesome because I saw it so many times as a kid. And listen, it's not a good movie, but House of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
House of Frankenstein is not
There's
good,
tons
but
of
I
people
saw
in
it. So I bought it on VHS and watched it over and over and over and over again. So it has a lot of nostalgia for me. Like all the monsters are cut up in segments rather than all meeting at the same time, right? It's weird.
Bad Seed. That's Dean Koontz, isn't it, Belle? I think that's the Dean Koontz. No, not Bad Seed. That's Demon Seed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got the two.
So who's in this one? Oh yeah, Bad Seed. Yeah, for sure with the kid. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that little girl. She's such a piece of trash.
I just hosted a Halloween viewing party thing at work, and I showed the first episode of Tales from the Dark Side, and everyone loved it. It's like, and the thing is, it's like they're old, they're young, and a lot of them had never really seen the show before, but they're all dying over it. They're like, "Oh my god, what happens next?" And at the end of it, I was like, "This is a very basic story. It's like it's a miserly old man that is greedy and everything and gets his comeuppance in the end, right?" But yeah, Tales from the Dark Side is awesome. I watch it once a year around.
Sean texted me. He's like, "Jay, can you get Tales of the Dark Side?" It's like sent. It's like 1 minute.
I have it on DVD, but I can't stream it on the platform that we have at work for whatever reason. So I need another format.
I've got 10 terabytes of movies. It's like, even if I own the movie, I still get a digital version anyways, just in case. But it's just like, can you get Tales of the Dark Side episode whatever? Like, yeah, here you go. But I've got a Frankenstein. I prefer slashers.
Oh, I like slasher films. Like I think there was this slasher, TV show on Netflix. I forgot the name, but I think it was called Slasher actually, and it was like it had different seasons with a different killer.
I remember something like that, but it stayed away. I should really.
Oh man,
I don't know what happened to season 3. Like I think it got canceled.
You know, it's a good one. It's not really a slasher, but The Collector and the Collection.
Oh yeah, and they did a third one.
What's the third one?
It was Collector, Collection, and then it was.
I made up my own third one and I called it The Collected, but I don't think there actually is a third. Is there?
Yeah, they were making a third one.
I like paranormal horror on like YouTube clips and stuff. I love watching those. It's so
paranormal horror is actually better in short films, I find, because like it's hard to sustain.
It's all about the creepiness and nothing else. It's not about being killed or murdered or slashed. It's just about a creepy thing happens
beyond the pale. Sort of.
I can't wait to Scream. I think Scream 5 is gonna be good.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I hope so. Like I like the Scream movies. I would see them with my friend, and like they're awesome.
Yeah.
I like slashers. I'm all over slashers. We're doing our Halloween ranking on the 30th, October 30th. So come check out my or all of us. It's going to be Sean, Steve, and I. I've got Greymalkin probably coming on. I've got the Action Elite Owen is coming on. So yeah, slashers are like my favorite. Those two shelves that you see back here, that's all just horror movies.
So J-Man, what do you prefer then, or are you neutral? Do you like supernatural slashers, or do you like anything? Regular slashers? Like they're not from the dead and they don't have powers.
I like both. I'll pick both. You know what's funny too? I was going through the other day and I was going through a few because Halloween Kills came out and I absolutely loved it. And I'm fighting with people. There's people who don't like it.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing online. It's like, oh, it's the worst one. Like, whoa. What?
Like my friend saw it. Like I'm seeing it on this Friday tomorrow. I'm seeing it tomorrow. and my friend saw it and he said it was amazing, but people for some reason don't like it. Like I don't understand that.
I saw it 4 times.
It's weird. It's
I've watched
very
it 4
weird to me.
I shot him 6 times. I'm gonna watch it once per every Dr. Loomis shot. I shot him 6 times. I shot him 6 times.
Well, on the
And I've
movie,
got the I got the soundtrack on iTunes. Like I've been like having this on repeat. Like I loved it, man.
I like horror movie like themes and like songs and stuff like that. It's just like very creepy and sinister. I always like
the
that.
original Nightmare on Elm Street is
One of the best.
beyond belief. Like it is like that scene. Like first of all, I got no warning with that movie, so when I first saw it, like no one told me Johnny Depp was going to be as hilarious as he was. I was like, I could not stop laughing at him. And like when he went into the bed and the geyser of blood went out, I was like, my God, like what the hell just happened? And the bathtub scene with the claw coming out when she's in the bathtub, I'm like, what the hell? Even that scene where he like elongates his arms, I'm like, what is going on? It's just like the potential for horror was endless with that film. And then there you go.
This is the demon head. You can swap his head. This is the Freddy versus Jason demonized head. You can use the regular head.
Yeah.
I've got Jason and Michael and Freddy.
Cool.
That was cool.
They're motion sensitive. So if you turn them on.
Welcome to my nightmare.
That's cool.
So depending on where you are, he'll say different things.
That's cool.
Anyways,
That's crazy, man.
That's cool.
and I gotta put him back.
You just
like
hear
in
him
front of
like
Michael
off in
Myers.
the distance.
Yeah, so I mean, Freddy is awesome. I like all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies except for Part 6 and the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like remakes. Like, did you hear they're doing a remake? I think it was like there was a trailer on Disney Plus or something. They're doing a remake of Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that. I
What's
have
it
no
called
interest.
again? Home Sweet Home Alone or something?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home. Like
That doesn't even make any sense grammatically. Like I don't.
like
It's a failure even
That's the
grammatically.
best you could do. There's all sorts of home puns in the home. In the home sweet
I
home
would have
is the best
preferred
thing you can
maybe
say.
a continuation where like the kids are adults. Like they could have like did a continuation
Yeah.
and brought all the actors back and not do a remake. Like I think that would have been easier and people wouldn't be as pissed off because that trailer got so many dislikes.
Yeah,
I didn't even
just
see
the
that.
concept is bad. Like, why are you remaking that? Like, who screamed for that?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess
exactly.
it would be as Touchstone, right? The old one.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the Double Toasted review of Halloween Kills, I do not agree with them at all. They said they're saying Laurie Strode was the new Home Alone in that 2018. She set up traps in the house for Michael Myers. It's like she watched Home Alone when she grew up. And she's like,
Did you like the first chit?
I like
Yes.
them all.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
dress as Leatherface every year. So I
The
dress as
first-
Leatherface. You see at the people at work, and I scare the crap out of them. And I bring Chucky with me. You know, I've got Chucky over here. I'll bring him out after. I love every Texas Chainsaw movie except for Leatherface, which was the one where he's when he's young. That was a garbage movie, and I like all the other ones. What was your question, Arkham? Sorry.
Oh no, it was just do you like the Chucky movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
All
I
of them.
love those movies. My friend does not like them.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine J-Man's floor? He continues to pick up shit from his feet. It's like, like what the hell?
It's like
How
one of
about
those
this?
clown cars. Yeah.
Just casually, Yeah.
Army of Darkness, the whole statue. Like, look at this.
Bruce Campbell has never been that ripped, man.
No. I have Tiffany, but she's not in scale.
Yeah.
To the
She's not in
Copy that
so
you
what
have.
happened was that I saw Tiffany for real cheap. Look at this.
she looks
What
great.
the heck?
with Baldy, yeah.
She's got a little tattoo in it.
Yeah.
So I found her for
Cool, man.
really cheap.
Yeah.
And then but she's not. She's way shorter than Chucky, so that kind of sucks.
It would have been better if she was to scale.
I'd love to get a to scale version of her, but yeah, she's pretty beat up.
J-Man,
when
did
I
you
bought-
read the did you read the recent comic books?
Yes,
Did you like the Nightwing?
I read Nightwing. I read Batman: Fear State, which is good. I'm
Yeah.
liking this Batman. I like all the Batman stuff.
Yeah, I like the Nightwing. I'm going to I think I'll get read Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 4. I think it is.
Yeah, so I didn't read issue 4 because I went to the I was saying this earlier. I went to the comic shop, and they forgot to give me Superman issue 4, and now because of all this bullshit buzz, it's sold out. So
Oh,
you know,
that's
they're just buying it just because of the whole bisexual thing. So
Oh,
I
God.
literally I canceled the book. I said, you know what? I'm just going to get it all on digital. So I've got the first 3 issues proper, and then I canceled it. I'm just going to get the rest in. I'm just going to read it off digital, like off Comixology. So I subscribe to it through digital now, because if I miss a few, then I'm just like, eh.
What are your thoughts on that bisexual thing? Like, it's a new character, so like,
I don't.
Like-
It doesn't bother me.
yeah, like people are confusing this with Tim Drake because like if you actually read I think it's Urban Legends, it's actually not canon at all. It's an Elseworld story.
Right.
So like the only thing that's canon to Urban Legends is 8 and 9. And other things spin off. So like if I'm not sure if you read it, that they like introduced Batman Beyond, and he's having his own series that's coming in 2022. They also introduced I think it's Task Force X or something like that.
It's
Like
dead.
something like that with Batman and Green Arrow. Like there was a cover or something like that.
Is that not Task Force Z? That's
Yeah,
coming?
Zed,
Mhm.
I think it is.
Yeah. So that's a Batman. Yeah. There's a Batman.
Yeah,
there's a lot
like-
of Batman stuff coming.
Like
out.
I noticed this series just been introduces a character, like it's introducing series and spinning off in other like series.
You can't wear yourself too thin, and they're losing people. A lot of people are going to that Substacks thing as well. Ice Cream Man is with Clint Howard. Clint Howard's the best. I have not watched Ice Cream Man though, but I remember I remember it coming out with Clint Howard on there. Cassandra
Good-
Cain. Hey Marcus, how's it going? Yeah, Cassandra
Good
Cain.
thing I understand all the comic books. I have to explain it to my friend because he buys comic books too.
when I was on Bell's stream just the other night, and Arkham was there. I was saying that Arkham needs to go to every movie theater while this garbage Batman movie is playing and explain to people what's happening. It's like, okay, that's supposed to be the Riddler. I know it doesn't look anything like the Riddler, and it's not the Riddler, but it is the Riddler. Oh, you see that guy who's kind of chubby? That's supposed to be Penguin. I thought Penguin was supposed to be fat and have a top hat and an umbrella and a top hat and tails, a penguin suit. He doesn't in this one. He just looks like a regular guy that works at Taco Bell. Oh, okay. It's like, you need to have someone there to explain it. It's like, wait, what's happening?
Oh my God, Taco Bell.
But yes, Cassandra Cain. Remember how garbage Cassandra Cain was in that Birds of Prey movie?
Yes.
I think she's she's in I think in the Bat Family stuff in the comics. Like
She is.
Oh no, Cassandra Cain is there. Yeah, she's Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
I think
Batgirl.
he means live action
Yeah,
because
live action is what he means.
It'd be nice if they actually did Cassandra Cain properly. There is one Batman title I'm reading. I'm not going to read it much longer. I'm only reading it for Fear State that I don't like.
Which one?
which one?
I Am Batman. I'm not.
Oh,
I
I skipped that one. Did you get that, Arkham, or no?
Yeah, like I was interested. It's a Batman, so of course I'm getting it. Like I read it. It's interesting. Like it's like Tim. I think it's Tim Fox or like
Yeah.
what Tim Fox, where in the fear state he becomes he's learning to become Batman.
Right.
Where Bruce is not actually dead. Like if you read the fear
Right.
state, he's not really dead,
He's
and
not
like
dead. Yeah.
he's like temporary leave, and like you have the Bat family, and like it has magistrate, whatever they're called.
Magistrate.
Yeah.
It's a continuation, to be honest, with Fear State. I like the
No,
Red Hood
Future
one
State.
better.
It's Future State.
Future, yeah, Future State.
They're both
Um,
with F. So Steve, that comic is coming from Future
Future
State.
State. Yeah. Yeah.
And Steve didn't read Future State. I got him to get in on. I told him to start with Infinite Frontier because I think Future State was hit and miss. So I told Steve to just skip that. I just told him to skip the whole thing.
I think it's
Because
gonna
he
be
was like, "Where should
ending
I
soon
start?"
anyway. Like the one that I like more than the I Am Batman is, I think it's Gotham. It has to do with Red Hood and the Bat family.
Yeah.
I really like that one better than the I Am Batman. The story is intriguing with I Am Batman, but like it's the Future State's gonna be ending anyway. Like I think they're just finishing their stories and everything like that, and it'll be done.
Yeah, because the Magistrate's going to lose in this.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the Magistrate's going to lose. But what I don't like about I Am Batman is he's basically got a Batman suit.
Yeah.
That he wears. I don't like the idea of saying anyone can be Batman.
Oh, I hate that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Cassandra. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna throw the Battinson thing under the bus one more time. Because, okay, tell me if you don't agree with this statement. Tell me why. Riddler in the Batman is, you guys know math, is equal to Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey. Is that like, she doesn't look like her, she doesn't act like her, right? It's like well, maybe this Riddler acts like Riddler, maybe.
Yeah, I can't tell till I see the movie.
I can't tell till I see the movie.
The
So
only
that's
thing-
okay. So that's a bad analogy on my. But that, like, it's just not the character. It's just the name.
Yeah.
Did you know that
Jane, did
before
you-
Birds of Prey came out, she was actually supposed to have her costume?
Yes.
She was.
Oh, yeah.
The WB said no.
I think it's not canon.
Yeah, I
Future
don't-
State
yeah, I
is
think it's
not
not
canon.
canon.
I believe.
It's not canon. Like it's its own story that it's within the multiverse. It's on its own Earth. Like after Fear State, when they defeat the Magistrate, that all erases from the timeline everything.
Right.
Yeah. and
So
they're gonna do it.
that event of where Batman goes in hiding and all the Bat families in hiding from the Magistrate, that would never happen when they defeat the Magistrate.
Right.
Yeah, I really wish they would do the Court of Owls. I wish they
God,
would
yeah.
have.
There's a
I wish
movie,
they would have just done that for the new movie.
Yeah.
I think it would have.
They'll
What-
mess it up.
They'd mess it up, yeah, probably. But well, I'm dreaming, right?
I would like to see the Court of Owls, like even if it's not in the first movie. We've seen the other I want to see the other characters too. Like this is what I think. If
We're gonna buy it.
if Matt Reeves introduces the Court of Owls, maybe the Court of Owls, like we all know the Court of Owls controls Gotham and everything like that. So I'm assuming like they're gonna be behind everything, and I'm wondering if this is gonna be like a grounded Batman, where the Court of Owls gonna look like, where the towns gonna be look like.
The Talons have to be resurrected human beings. Like if you don't make the Talons that, if you just make them like assassins, it's not the same. Because the Talons are supposed to be around for like this is supposed to be the founding of Gotham, basically. That's how I always took it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's literally the Court of Owls have been around since Gotham has been around. So if you're not going to go to that length and have them as resurrected people, like it's not as interesting. And that's the problem with grounding it, it's just not as interesting. I'm not saying it's horrible or I'm going to vomit as soon as but it's like walking into an ice cream store and there's ice cream, there's chocolate syrup, there's whipped cream, there's a cherry, there's nuts, there's all this stuff I could get, but then you're telling me I can just get the ice cream. I can't get anything else.
Mhm.
Ice cream's cool. I like ice cream, but why can't I have the sundae? It's right there. I've seen other people do the sundae. Why can't I have the sundae?
It's just, yeah. Skeptic, what's going on?
I'm
You just get me hungry for ice cream.
Oh, I love ice cream. I know. I gained like 5 pounds in the last like 2 weeks because I was like, F it, I'm gonna eat whatever I want because I'm on vacation. And I'm eating whatever I want. I'm like, I'm going to McDonald's. I don't care.
Yeah, I went to
Can you put me
McDonald's today.
backstage?
I got a
Backstage,
McFlurry.
yeah.
I got like a double bacon cheeseburger, fries, and everything like that. I just like was in one of those movies. I just didn't care. Like I just wanted to eat.
But Cassandra Cain is such a great character, and that was my biggest problem with the Birds of Prey movie. They just ruined her so badly. She was this dopey, dumbass kid, and she's supposed to be a ninja. And Marcus, I mean, it's literally. There's been debates that, could she beat up Batman, right? And Batman has even said, like, wow, she's a great fighter. Maybe she can take me someday or whatever, right? So it's like, we're talking about somebody who can go toe-to-toe with Batman, probably Taskmaster and probably Daredevil. And she's this dopey-ass kid, and you're just like, what happened here? And Birds of Prey was supposed to be about female empowerment, for Christ's sake.
That's
And
weird.
they have a ninja girl who is the best fighter, freaking kick-ass strong, and then they don't do anything with her. And I started you're really scratching your head, like, how is this female empowerment? You made her worse. Like, I don't. And Huntress is supposed to be a good character too. And they made her this silly girl, and I'm like, why is she so silly?
They made her like the crossbow killer or something like that.
Yeah, like. What a dumb that was just as dumb as when they were calling Arrow the Hood or whatever, or they were calling the Red Blue Blur. Remember Smallville, the Red Blue Blur. Like, is that?
I think Arrow was pretty good. Like, it was a good show.
But calling him the Hood is just like, or did they call him the Hood? No, the Hooded Vigilante or something. You're like, okay, just.
I think one was the Hood, and I think one was They eventually call him the Green Arrow.
I know, because people were like, this is dumb, and then he's like, fine, we'll say Green Arrow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I had to do a broadcast. He really had to do a broadcast saying, I am the Green Arrow.
I know.
Yeah.
He literally says, I am the Green Arrow. I liked how they had that in the beginning, where they had each kid, even in Supergirl, where they talked like they're like, goes, when my blah 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 blah, I am Supergirl. I liked that. I liked that. I thought
Supergirl got worse. The TV.
Yeah, Supergirl's a trash show, but I'm talking just the intro, like where he's like, I am.
Just
Yeah.
aside, but
Yeah, the intros are very good. But like with
new
that was
reissues
cool.
of the Headmasters.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like the packaging is like the old style.
Old packaging.
You get the red thing that
Yeah,
put on.
I know. You need to have your little decoder.
I saw these at Walmart and I was like, oh my god, and I picked them up, man.
I didn't see them at my Walmart.
No, they're coming out.
I put one of these on my desk here, Sean, just to spite you.
What? I like the
Over
Ewoks.
No, because you're saying you're like, oh, Ewoks and all that, and I was like, I've got an Ewok on my desk because you're saying.
Oh no, I was saying on Double Toasted, Martin was saying that he knows a lot of people that love Star Wars and he never sees Ewoks. And I was like, oh, that's yeah. I mean, I guess of a certain age you wouldn't, right? But like we grew up with it, so
Yeah, I love the Ewoks.
yeah.
Oh, J-Man, are you going? You play do you play some video games?
Not really. I only play Street Fighter. I can beat you on Street Fighter.
Are you going to get the Gotham Knights game? It's based on quarter battles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah, no, I saw. Yeah, I know you're really hyped for that game since that was your logo and all that. The games look. I think the games are all very good. I only don't play them because I don't have time.
Okay.
I play. I'm not the lead. I stepped down as leader of my faction because I wanted to give this other guy. But I play Marvel Strike Force, so I was the leader of a squad, and I passed leadership because I've just been so busy with other stuff. So, but I love the games. Like when Arkham Asylum came out, I was like, man, this game is awesome.
Arkham City was good. Like
and the next one and the next one, whatever it was. It was
Arkham Origins, I feel like is underrated. It's a very good game.
Yeah, no, it is a good game. Cassandra King's
Yeah, and I
like
really
Arkham Knight.
I really liked I liked Arkham Knight. Like, I know the story's not the greatest, but the graphics and combat system improved a lot.
Yeah, I played all the games like in a marathon, just to get to Arkham Knight, and honestly, I had the most fun with Arkham Knight. It was great.
Yeah,
You could play as all the characters. You could play as Nightwing, Red Hood, Batman. You also could play as Harley Quinn, Batgirl.
And I think they should do. See, I think the game people are better writers than the writers they have for the movie.
Like PS4 Spider-Man.
Sure, yeah. Like, I mean,
And they also have. If you watch the conference with Gotham Knights, they have Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo helping them with the game, and they praise the game.
There you go. And Scott Snyder, I wanted to meet Scott. I had my comics all ready to sign. The line was effing crazy.
I really wanted to go to New York Comic Con to meet Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. I was gonna get my Quarterbell's graphic novel and head out the door, but with the New York thing, like, you have to be vaccinated. Like, I'm vaccinated. I am, but my friend is not, and I can't force someone to be vaccinated.
Right. I mean, the one I had those original issues when they came. No, we're in Canada, Skeptic. He's in the States.
You just gotta bring him in the basement.
Did everyone get? I got my little QR code now, but you still have to show ID, so I don't.
It's the same exact thing as showing the PDF. It's right. It's like, I'm gonna see a movie on Saturday, and I'm kind of dreading it, but I'll have everything ready on my phone. My phone will be fully charged. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing it.
Sean gave us problems last time because his phone wasn't charged, and then they're like, oh.
He's like 10%. I was like, oh, I gotta get it now, and then they're like, you can't get it now. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah.
Everyone bends to whatever I want. I'm like, no, we're just coming in. Don't worry, we'll stand on the side. Ooh, okay. Nobody ever questions me back. It's like, maybe I'm too tall and intimidating.
How tall are you?
Okay, I'm just over 6 feet. But I was at Spirit Halloween. I was at the Halloween shop the other day, and someone came up to me to ask me questions, and I was like, and I'm like, they're like, I'm sorry, do you work here? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, so just me looking normal. They thought I worked at Spirit Halloween. Like, in my daily life, I look like a horror movie nerd, and they're like, oh, you must work here.
I don't know if you should be insulted or not.
No, I'm not insulted. I was just like, I'm like, no, I don't work here. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. But it's like, yeah. Anyways,
J-Man, do you want to see my Riddler drawing?
Yes, let's see it.
Okay, let me see. If I could do this.
Is it a good drawing, or am I gonna have to pretend it's good?
I think this is the first
that's
time
pretty good.
On cam.
Bring it closer. Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
Definitely more accurate than the Matt Reeves.
Oh, that's true. That's already.
God, I just saw that today because you were mentioning it. He looks like he's wearing a garbage bag. Terrible.
My drawing's a mixture of Arkham City and the comic books.
Yeah, which is what they should really do. The Arkham video games, some of the designs are not too bad, right? Like, it's like you could use a lot of that stuff and interpret that for the movies. Even the first Arkham, the Arkham Asylum had some good costumes, and like Batman looked pretty badass. I mean, you can easily adapt a lot of these for the movie. I don't know why they don't look to the games, and the games are very popular. They could easily.
They can make the Arkham games. They could do the Arkham games as a movie, like do a trilogy off the Arkham games.
Yeah, why not? Why don't you do that?
Like, when I think of Batman, I feel like the Arkham. Like, I like each iteration. I'm excited for the Batman. I know it's a different iteration. Like, I'm excited for the story. Like, it could be good or bad, but the trailer excited me. Like, I feel like I don't like the idea of starting over with Batman. Like, you can get a Batman that's in his prime, like get in his prime, have the Bat family. You don't have to reestablish everything, and you could do flashbacks. How like you can use flashbacks here and there. How like maybe how they met and how like Nightwing became Batman or something. Nightwing became like Nightwing and like do like all these flashbacks. But I feel like you don't.
There's
I
only
just
one.
I would feel like the games are best represented with the characters from the comics. To be honest,
Yeah,
I'll tell you why I don't like this, because here's what happens. A new director comes in and then reboots it with his vision, but they never stick around. Like, I would be okay if you said Matt Reeves is going to come in and he's going to do 10 movies. And,
that's gonna be a lot of movies.
right? And then it's like, okay, the first one is year 2, and then it's year 3 and year 4 and year 5 and year 6. But that never happens. So we're always starting over again. It's like we get 1 or 2 movies, start over. 1 or 2 movies, we're starting over again.
they're always afraid of putting freaking Robin in there. It always pisses me off.
They don't want Robin, I know.
Yeah. I feel like the best representation of Batman that we got in live action is Ben Affleck's Batman. To be honest,
I think he looked the best.
like
I like
he looks like the Batman animated series. To be honest.
Hey, Steven.
Hey,
And I like did you hear the Batgirl movie it's gonna be connected to the DCEU, so it's gonna be connected with Affleck. So
What movie?
the Batgirl. Like so it's
Batgirl?
gonna be
There's a Batgirl movie?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna
Okay.
be like connected to Batfleck's gonna come in
Yeah.
and what's the actor that plays Jim Gordon in the DCU? J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
He's coming in the Batgirl movie too. So like the Batgirl movie is going to be in the DCU, and we're gonna see like you're going to see Batman, and we're gonna see Ben Affleck. I think that's pretty cool. Like at least we're getting what like the I really want to see Nightwing movie so bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
I really pay
I'm
attention.
excited for Batgirl to get her movie too, like because like I like Batgirl as well. Like there's nothing wrong with her getting her movie as well. But I feel like the first one that should got the movie first is Nightwing, to be honest.
So-
The best Batgirl is Yvonne Craig.
One of the best Batgirl is the canceled TV show from the 60s.
That was she was Oracle, and the girl who played Black Canary is the girl who plays Alice on Batwoman.
Rachel Scarson.
Rachel Scarson, yeah.
And Dina Meyer was Oracle.
Dina Meyer was Oracle.
And I don't remember Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley Johnson.
Was it Johnson?
I think so. She was Catwoman. I mean, she was Huntress, but it was like.
Surprised you guys haven't talked about No Way Home yet.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, Spider-Man.
I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm not gonna lie. Like as much as I
I
hated
don't
Far
know.
From Home,
Skeptic, I'll be honest with you. This multiverse thing is getting me more and more irritated the more we get into it.
I understand that. I totally get that. Like
Like-
every franchise is doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like the
I
comic books
honestly-
does it the best, to be honest. Like if you want like multiverse, comic books does it the best out of everything. Like I'm not saying No Way Home or Doctor Strange. I don't know about the Flash. Like we don't know if it's going to be bad, but I feel like when you're introducing the multiverse, the comic books, when they introduce the multiverse, best represents the idea of the multiverse better in live action. I feel like some ideas from the comic books might not work as well as they like
Right.
when the writer's writing this idea or he wants to introduce the multiverse in live action, it might not work as well as everyone thinks.
It's too
Yeah.
confusing.
It's messy.
Did I miss a stream where you guys talked about Venom 2?
We didn't see it, so you
We
didn't
didn't
miss
see
it.
it, so you
You
didn't.
haven't even seen it? Damn.
No.
Oh, I saw it.
It's pretty bad. I don't
It's-
like it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
The first one was bad, and people were telling me, "Oh, the first one was better." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. The best part of the sequel, honestly, is the post-credit scene. That's it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I think the best part was Folgers in your cup. Oh no, wait,
Yep.
that's the best part of waking up.
I hate Folgers. My dad bought that
Are
for
you
me.
go,
one
are you
time. I
going to
fucking
see
hate
it? Are you going to see the
thought-
movie?
Well, I'm
Or
gonna
That's
buy
a
it.
joke, but yeah.
I'm
What?
gonna buy
Who are
it,
you
of
asking?
course. So
Oh. Well,
are
yeah,
you
for
going to
sure
buy the
I'll buy it.
movie?
yeah, I always
Yeah.
buy it, so I'll buy it and watch it.
I was
The
really
best was my
excited for
wife
it.
was bugging me. So I saw when we saw Venom in the theater, we were like, yeah, it was okay. It was not good, whatever. And then I bought it, and my wife was bugging me. She's like, "Oh, I really want to watch Venom. It looks so good." I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna get into it." She's like, "No, we gotta watch it. We gotta watch it." I'm like, "No, I don't think you're gonna like it. No, we gotta watch it." We watched. She's like, "I didn't like it." I'm like, "I knew it." It's like I because she barely likes Spider. She's not a Spider-Man person. She likes Spider-Man 2 because it's a good movie, and it doesn't, I mean, she likes the first like 1, 2, and 3, like the Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire ones. She thinks are all right, but it's like Venom. I just without Spider-Man, it's just I don't. It's not even like the Joker movie where they
Yeah.
just did this different alternate universe thing where they just
Yeah.
explored this character.
Yeah, like Black Label. Like
Do
it's,
you guys-
it's like Black. It's in that Black Label continuity where
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get away with it and stuff like that. Like
Right.
Marvel doesn't really have Black Label.
No, we don't really have Black Label.
Did you do you guys care about spoilers? Because one of the biggest
I already
things
saw the
I
movie.
hate about this. Okay, and J-Man, you don't really care.
No, I know I know
No.
Tom Holland's at the end or whatever.
Oh no, it's just it pisses me off. They killed off Carnage.
Right.
That
Yeah.
pisses me off. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
The way they introduced Carnage, I didn't like. Where spoilers. When Eddie meets him in the prison, he bites him and he's bleeding, and he tastes his blood, and that's how Carnage is created.
that's idiotic.
Yeah, that's not how it worked in the comics.
No.
Well, just a piece of Venom fell off from where he escaped. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
And
bonded
then
to-
at the
In the
end,
comics, he reproduced.
and
Yeah.
then after he defeats Carnage, he eats Carnage.
Yeah.
Well, eats the
It's so
symbiote.
stupid.
Or he
Eats,
eats it, yeah.
eats the symbiote that's him and swallows it.
And he bites Cletus Cassidy's head off.
Does he burp afterwards?
I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
God.
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I was
There's so
hoping.
much Venom.
I was so hoping that the first Venom movie was going to be a rated R film, but the last second, I swear they cut a lot of things out.
What? Like,
Yeah.
they made Carnage. They made Venom like the whole thing with the wife was unwatchable.
It was.
Bad.
I'm glad somebody can agree with me on that. Jesus.
Oh God.
I don't like
And then,
Michelle Williams.
like all the way through the movie, it's just like, oh, you're a loser, Eddie, and Venom, you're a loser, and you're both losers, and together you're losers. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Venom
Yeah,
is
and
one of
who
the
wants-
coolest comic book characters ever, and you
Yeah.
made him bad,
A
like
joke.
boring.
And then in the second movie, they have like a fight, and you see like Venom dancing in a club or something like that,
Yeah.
giving a speech.
Yeah, without Eddie Brock in.
Without
inside
Eddie
him.
Brock,
Yeah.
like telling him how he
Silly,
feels
man.
about Eddie Brock, saying that he's better off without him and stuff like that.
It's like a so bad it's good kind of thing. It's like really
Like a
hilarious.
comedy.
Yeah, it is. It's stupid. It's like
Oh my God.
oh god, like I don't know. I hope eventually, I have a
I'm not
prediction
sure-
of what's going to
I-
happen in the MCU whenever they connect to that shit. If they do,
He's already in the MCU.
yeah,
Did you guys see the super fail? I won't say it yet, but did you see the super fail of the premiere? For Eternals, the entire, the entire setup of it. I'm gonna see if I can find the picture of it.
What do you
I'm
mean?
at 50-50 on the Internals. Like, I don't know that much about
Internals.
the Internals, but
Yeah.
the trailer doesn't look appealing. Like, how's this going to get me excited? Like,
it's definitely internal because I always forget about it.
Yeah.
like you want a trailer to get you excited for a movie and be anticipated for the movie to see it, but the trailers don't work. like that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Amazing what happens when you have a trailer that sucks. People don't want to go see your movie.
Yeah.
It's
The forest scenes
Don't
just
get
make
what
me
they
think of Magneto with his family and like the last X-Men movie. Like,
Right.
yeah.
I'm trying to find the red carpet here because I want to show you guys something. And damn, I found a.
They're not wearing meat dresses, are they? Like
No. Hold on. Okay. I think I found it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, this is so. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Though.
also, I think it's bullshit that Venom can defeat Carnage because from what I've read, that's not possible.
Carnage is stronger, yeah.
Maximum Carnage, like he was laying waste to Spider-Man, Black Cat,
And Carnage.
Venom. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
Venom.
remember who
Like
else.
Carnage is more powerful than Venom.
Yes.
Yeah. And that new comic, Absolute Carnage, is all about him going around killing everybody that's worn a symbiote.
Yeah. I read it.
Is it good?
No.
No.
I downloaded it. I didn't buy it, but I downloaded it. I was really curious. Damn.
Yeah, you made the right choice by not spending money on it. It's kind of whatever. Like Venom and Spider-Man are buddies in it. Like, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna upload this picture. Now, not everyone might get this, but this is the red carpet premiere for Eternals. Okay.
Okay.
This is the thing for it. I want to show it to you guys for a second. Just look at this for a minute, and Steve's gonna know something better than maybe somebody else. What does that look like to you?
It has a
Doctor
car
Who?
in there.
Doctor Who.
Yeah. It's Doctor Who. That's first thing I
see
thought.
Doctor Who.
Like Steve. Now hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, did anyone else see Doctor Who or no?
I don't even watch that much Doctor Who. And
Okay, so you don't know Doctor Who. Sean, did you see Doctor Who?
I see what you're saying now that you said it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
No, but my wife, we're Doctor Who mega fanatics.
Yeah,
so,
you know it. Yeah.
So literally, my wife showed that to me, and I'm like, okay, it's Doctor Who, and she's like, no, it's Eternals. I'm like, I didn't even see the word. I was like, oh my god. So Steve, Steve is probably if my Doctor Who fandom, if my Doctor Who nerdiness is 100, Steve's would be like 10. Okay? And he noticed it immediately.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Doctor Who. It's fucking exactly Doctor Who.
It's the branding and color scheme and design of Doctor Who is what you're saying.
That's the language.
I noticed that.
It's Gallifreyan. It's the Gallifreyan language.
Okay.
I can't believe it. Let me see if I can find it.
So they didn't know this, or they probably didn't.
Wait, it's straight up.
I have two skeptic.
That's
Can't they get in trouble by that?
circles, that's my tattoo.
Drivers.
I thought you were saying something else.
Yeah.
If they had the Doctor Who like scheme and stuff like that, can they get in trouble by that or something like that? Because
It would all have to be copyrighted.
Right. So like let me share my screen. Hold on.
Which doctors do you have the screwdrivers of?
I actually don't have. Well, I have the
I have them
Last
all.
Doctor, and I have River Song screwdriver.
Yeah. J-Man, where's your first Doctor screwdriver? Are they all in line or something?
The first Doctor didn't have one.
Oh,
So there's Gallifreyan,
I feel dumb.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Oh my God, that's straight up.
and like, look,
Yeah.
look at those
Straight up.
patterns.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is a freaking fail.
That's a knockoff right there.
Like look. This is crazy.
That
This
looks
is
like
crazy.
Yeah.
that last thing
Pretty
kind of looks
damn
like
bad. That's
looks
pretty
like
damn
a
bad.
clock in a fucking Pokemon movie I saw.
Anyone who knows Doctor Who is going to know that immediately as soon as they
No,
see that
yeah.
picture.
on Twitter, there's a million. It's like Doctor Who. Then Doctor Who had to comment because there's so many people adding Doctor Who that they're like, oh, it's like maybe the Doctor will show up. Ha ha ha. It's like
I wonder if anybody's gonna
Let's
get
try and
confused
save
and
this
think it's a
catastrophe.
Doctor Who movie.
it's so brutal. I can't believe it.
They're
Yeah,
bad.
so-
man.
The first sonic screwdriver was the second Doctor had something that you could maybe interpret as a sonic, but it wasn't. The first one to have a proper sonic was the third Doctor. I don't have them all, but my wife has every single one of them. Every variation of every screwdriver. So there's some that's the same screwdriver, but the handle is like blue instead of white. She has every single one of them, but that's in her room. In my room here, I only have 4. I have the third Doctor. I've got the War Doctor. I had the 12th, but I had the 11th, but I gave it to my wife. And I've got the laser screwdriver.
I had the laser one, but it broke.
It broke?
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Aw.
I can't. So Eternals, and we're like, the thing is, it's like I said, because my wife was really shocked, and I said, but they don't care.
Yeah.
The people
They don't.
making this,
But
they
I
don't
think there needs to be a brand manager that approves this or comes up with it. Someone puts a stamp on it, but someone else also creates it. There's meetings with lots of people, and someone among them would have known. If you're into geek stuff and you're in the industry, you'd probably know Doctor Who, no?
You should know Doctor Who.
Hey guys,
You
I have
guys
a question for you guys.
Hold on 1 second. Do you think
All right.
that Cassandra Cain could beat Shang-Chi? Maybe. I always felt, but we're not talking about Shang-Chi powered up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Because I always thought that the DC characters were always a little bit stronger than the Marvel people when you compare the same person.
They're over. To be honest, the DC characters are more overpowered than Marvel.
You know, I read that wrong. I thought it said can J-Man beat Shang-Chi?
I thought that it was just skeptic.
No. I only went up to blue belt in Taekwondo,
I swear to God, I'm sober.
so I don't.
No,
think
I read the same thing, skeptic. Don't worry. I originally read the same thing, and now I'm like, I didn't read that right, did I? And I read
Right.
No, yeah, but Marcus was talking earlier about Cassandra Cain being
Right,
able to
right.
defeat certain characters or whatever.
And Cassandra Cain's a cool character.
So I have a
Cassandra
question.
Cain, in theory,
Sorry.
could beat anyone who is not super powered.
Right, that's what he's basically saying.
Yeah, then sure.
I don't know if she could beat Daredevil because he's martial arts and enhanced senses. So
I think she did beat him. No, I think she did. Or no, not. I think no.
I
not
kind
that
of
she did
think
beat
she
him.
could because she's
Yeah.
if she's trained by Batman, the world's greatest detective. Batman was trained by one of the best out of the best, before he became Batman. So if Batman taught all of his moves and everything and all his skill sets and everything like that, I think it's still possible she could beat him.
It depends how silent she could be because she's trained to be absolutely silent. That's why she doesn't talk that much. But it depends how silent she can be because Daredevil can hear anything.
But if she moves, he's got radar sense.
Yeah.
If she moves, he can feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
I don't know. Daredevil would be a tough one, and I'm not talking about the TV show. Kind of dialed down the powers a little bit.
Yeah.
But real Daredevil is pretty formidable. But anyways, Cassandra Cain.
But what happens if it's like Batman where Cassandra Cain has some weapons like Batman a flashbang that throws Daredevil in his eyes. He can't see. Could that technically give her more an advantage if she has some of the toys like Batman?
Well, if she uses something that it amplifies sound, that could hurt Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
With the sensitivity. But a skeptic, what were you going to ask?
Oh, I was gonna ask you guys. Unless you still think they're trying, when do you think the MCU just stopped trying? I would say Endgame.
After Endgame.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't have to do anything else. Just put out shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happens in any business or any franchise where it's getting so popular. It's at the point now, if it's a Marvel branded thing, people are just going to go blindly watch it and they're going to say it's great. And then if you say it's not good, you're going to be called a hater and all that stuff.
To me, the first one where they really didn't try was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then it got worse with Captain Marvel. And I think they were really trying with the Iron Man movies. They're bad, but they have some sort of vision there, right? But Ant-Man and the Wasp looked like a reach, and it was forced.
It was
and
bad.
and that's and I was like, I could feel it watching it.
Sean, you don't like Iron Man 1?
Iron Man's okay. It's good for what it is, and at the
Okay.
time it was revolutionary, and now it just looks ho hum. But
Fair enough. I love
Yeah.
Iron Man 1, and I have a soft spot for 3. 2 is
Yeah.
just a
Oh, I
disappointment.
do not like 3.
No.
yeah, 2 and 3 are bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah,
2
they're
is
bad.
more watchable, I feel, but
I agree.
Yeah.
3 is terrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
3 is
I
I
don't
have
pretty
a
good.
soft spot for 3.
Yeah, that's
just-
fine.
Yeah.
We always
It's just-
have a soft spot for bad movies.
Thanks. I think it's good.
Look, I'll say this: I'm evaluating everything case by case basis. I don't just get excited just because it's Marvel, and I don't say it's
Yeah.
good or bad for any. And people know that. And sometimes when I go on other channels, and this happens with other, not even within our little community that we have, but outside, people who don't know me, they just assume things like, "Oh, you must not like this or that." I don't love. I'm not a big Marvel guy. I'm not a big DC guy. I'm everything. So if it's good, it's good. If I like it, I like it. If
You're
I don't like it,
everything guy.
I'm everything guy. If I don't like it,
Everything guy.
and I don't, and I'm not affected by anyone else's hyper opinion. If everyone is telling, because people, for this Halloween Kills, for example, this is just the latest thing, and then No Time to Die. I'm fighting with people online, and they're like, they love No Time to Die. I'm like, no, I'm not giving in. I'm not saying this is great just because everyone is saying it's great.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend that keeps telling me that Tom Holland is objectively the best Spider-Man. I'm just like, no. I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland.
No.
I'm giving No Way Home one last chance, and then I'm freaking done if I hate it.
and I don't hate those movies again.
Yeah.
But remember, my rating scale, and Sean and Steve use this too. Like the rating scale that we use, 5 out of 10, is still like a watchable movie. You're like, yeah, I watched it. That was fun, and that was okay. Like people nowadays, it's like it's either 1 or 2 out of 10 or 9 or 10 out of 10. There's nobody who's just saying, well, this was like a 6. Or if you give a movie a 5 or a 6, they're like, oh, you must have hated it. No, hated it is a 1 or a 2. And it's like, I'm not going to just sit here and say, yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming is a 2 out of 10. Tom Holland is trash.
Homecoming is charming.
It's like, there's some good parts. There's some cool stuff. Vulture's cool. Like, just saying something is completely garbage, it doesn't make sense. Even The Batman, like The Batman movie, it's not going to be 1 out of 10. Like, it's like, I'm not going to go, like, the villains suck. So the character.
3.5.
It's going to, I think it's going to be a 5 out of 10. I think it's going to be like, yeah, that was all okay. And there's some cool parts, and that's it.
What
That's
happens? It changes your opinion, and it turns out to be a great movie.
Oh, if it turns, and the other thing too is like, I change my mind easily. If I was wrong, and I don't care if I'm wrong or not, and I admit I'm wrong all the time. Somebody asked me the other day, it's like, oh, what has there been a trailer that you thought looked good and then the movie sucked? I was like, both things have happened. There's been trailers that looked good, and then I watched it and I'm like, well, I don't like this movie. And then there's trailers that looked bad, and then I watch and I'm like, wow, this is really good. The trailer didn't make it look as good.
Yeah.
And even if I reserve the right to watch, I watched Blade Runner, and I thought it was a boring garbage movie. And then the first Blade Runner, and then I watched it again, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good." I'm like, "What the hell happened?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just whatever reason I thought it was crap."
I get that.
I think
I'm like that with
sometimes-
Raiders.
I think sometimes trailers can be deceiving.
Yep.
Like if you watch a trailer, you might not like it at first, but when you watch the movie, you might really enjoy the movie.
Yeah, the trailer is just someone else's vision. Like, it's the marketing department's vision of what the best parts of that movie are. It is indicative of if this is the best the movie has to offer and it looks like crap, then that sets your radar off. That's why we have those trailers. But it's still someone's opinion. So yeah, it's both things that happen. I've gone into movies the trailer, and it's garbage, and same thing.
And there's movies, no matter look, if it's Batman or Superman or any of these big characters, no matter what, I'm gonna be like, oh man, when Superman Returns is the famous story that the three of us know. Superman Returns, I don't like Bryan Singer. I didn't like the costume. I was like, oh, this all looks crap. This looks like crap.
Yeah.
The day we're going to see Superman Returns, I'm blasting the Superman music. I'm wearing the Superman shirt. I'm like, it's fucking Superman Day. And I'm like, why am I getting excited and then we watched the movie, like, this movie's trash. But I knew it was going to be trash, but I still got excited because it's Superman.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about No Way Home in a way, honestly.
Yeah, it's like it's Spider-Man fighting guys and Dr. Octopus, and you're like, this will be
Yeah.
cool. It's like, you've got this blind sort of not a blind, like you have this hope in you. You're like, oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Would you say they explain the multiverse very well?
no.
I'm definitely, this is gonna be the first like big movie that I'm excited for. That I'm actually, my fiance and I decided that we're actually gonna watch it in our home theater at home because I just don't want to deal with people. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Venom 2, in my local area at least, was sold out for weeks. If Venom 2 was sold out for that long, I can't imagine what No Way Home is gonna be like, and I don't want to deal with it.
You got to pre-order tickets. Like, so actually there's 5 of us that went to Halloween Kills, and Eternals, it's just Sean and I. Steve, yeah, it's just you and me, Sean. The Jack Kirby fans. It's like, Steve doesn't want to support Jack Kirby's career. It's like he spits on Jack Kirby's face.
Why do you not like Jack Kirby, Steven?
No, I have no problem. Jack Kirby is the king. I'm like every other sane man who's ever read comics. Jack Kirby is the friggin' king. No, it's bad timing for me.
It's bad timing, yeah. So it's nothing to do with that, but yeah. So, but I pre-order. You got to pre-order the tickets because, like, I went to the one theater, and literally by the time, I text Sean and Steve and the Action Elite guys, are we going to go hit up Eternals? By the time I text them, and by the time they respond saying yes or no, one theater sold out for Eternals. So I had to go to my backup theater, which is, so Sean, now you know why we're seeing it at Courtney Park instead of, because it's, by the time you guys responded back, it was already sold out. And
it sold out that fast.
Get a home theater, guys. Like, this
I have a home theater.
He has a home theater, yeah.
Yeah,
like, home theater.
It's insane.
Back again.
Hey, what's up?
Good.
Yeah.
It's me, Zack Snyder, fanboy.
Yeah, and you probably hated the fandom.
You can't use Andrew, because if you use Andrew, everyone thinks, well, they think you're Andrew.
Andrew Garfield. My favorite Spider-Man, the one that I grew up on grew up as.
There's
That's awesome.
What was funny was that, because I'm like, why does Andrew have a DC logo when he's the Spider-Man guy? And then I'm like, this can't. I'm like, you were really twisting my mind. I was like, what's happening here? I'm like, I'm lost. I'm like, who is this?
Fair, I changed it.
That's not Andrew.
I changed it back to what I'm known for.
Young
Justice. I mean, it's just funny because it's like Andrew. I'm like, that's not Andrew.
Also, guys, I just want to point out, if Nicholas Hammond doesn't have a cameo in No Way Home, I'm disappointed.
Oh,
well, you'll be disappointed then.
Yeah, you'll be disappointed.
Wow, Sean,
you're probably right. Honestly, I don't.
All right, how long has it been? I remember the last time I've been on here was back when What If was still releasing episodes.
Hey,
I haven't seen one episode of those. It's just I don't know. I kind of want to watch it, but
awful.
Yeah,
I like it for what it is,
Awful?
and that's a MCU show made by Disney.
Yeah,
and it's actually really good MCU.
But it could be better.
Disney show.
No, it's not a good MCU.
Is it though?
It messes with all of the MCU continuity. And
Daredevil is a good MCU show, but it's not made by Disney.
Yeah, Daredevil's a good show, but Daredevil's a good show, period. But it's also a good Daredevil show.
Yeah,
like it's like the last good thing was WandaVision. After that, Marvel TV is a dumpster, garbage, toilet mess. It's like they got all their talent. They put all their talented people on
the latest toy line from Playmates.
Hey, Captain Carter was a good character. I actually want to see more of her.
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter from what?
I want to see more Haley Atwell.
No, basically she took basically in her what if story, it's what if she took the serum and not Steve.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Agent Carter show.
What?
Oh,
That's a great
I feel
show.
old.
I don't
That-
like that show.
I've
I don't
seen
like
that.
Agents of Shield because Agents of Shield is trash.
I watched Agents of Shield like for a good 3 seasons, and
When
I
Ghost
couldn't
Rider
keep
came
going.
out, when Ghost Rider came out in the show, all I did was fast forward to his parts in the episodes and then skip everything else.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Agents of Shield was just boring to me.
I really liked it. The last like 3 seasons for me were like killer good.
It
I
looks
liked
good
it.
later, but I don't want to get through all the
It took
rest
a
of the
while
season.
to get there for me, but my wife
Mm.
loved it from the beginning. She loved all of it, and
Yeah.
First few episodes of season 1 were good. Then it started to slow down. It came back with the whole Hydra is actually
Yeah.
Shield arc, and then it went downhill again.
I liked all the Inhuman stuff and all that stuff. I thought it was cool, and I like Agent Carter. I thought that was a great show. Haley Atwell's awesome, and I was pretty much against that Agent Carter show. I was like, why are they doing this? Like, it's kind of, and it is kind of pointless. But the thing is, she was good and her character is good, and I think she carried it. It was only a couple seasons, but it was fun. It was all right.
Yeah.
At least they tried to do something. These newer shows now are just, they're not even trying.
Yeah.
It's like they just make up
Yeah.
something. It doesn't. It's like Thor's going to be a party boy. Well, then why is he worthy of the hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot about that. It's like,
No,
right.
because at the beginning of Thor, he then puts the first Thor movie. He then puts the spell or whatever it is that says whoever's worthy can
This is
will.
No, what are you talking
this is
about?
my problem with Thor in
Yeah.
general.
Talking about?
is-
That's the multi. This is not the Thor from the movie. This is a different Thor. This is what if Thor.
Nah, but it follows the same timeline until it gets
No,
until
it
it gets
doesn't.
to
He
the
has no
yeah
brother.
yeah
No, no,
until
no,
it
no,
gets
no.
to not having Loki.
No. He grew up with Loki. They show that he doesn't grow up with Loki. Him and Loki grew up together. In the animation, they show that it's like he doesn't grow up. He grows up without Loki.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying that Odin puts the curse or whatever it's called on the hammer, saying whoever's worthy can wield it at the beginning of Thor 1 when Thor disobeys Odin.
But this isn't. This is
To
this,
fight
this,
the-
this takes place. Thor 1 doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
This is Thor 1. This is the same time
No,
same-
it's not.
time period that would take place or same part that would.
It sounds complicated.
It is,
If the-
J-Man, only because in the beginning of that episode, they're showing the beginning of the movie where what's her face,
Right.
Kat Dennings and
Sees that patterning thing or whatever.
I'm
right?
just disappointed at the Thor movies in general because I think the first one had a lot of potential, and then the second one kind of bombed. I don't know if it did well. I'm sure it did well.
The first one or the second one? Because the second one
Dark
bombed.
World.
Oh,
second one made money. It's just no one likes it.
Yeah, and honestly, it makes me sad because I feel like the Thor trilogy could have been like some amazing like Lord of the Rings, like Game of Thrones type shit, but it just turned into a comedy in the third one. It's kind
Which
of
one was
disappointing.
the Hulk What If episode?
Yeah.
Were they- I think where they just all kill.
what
where
if
they-
zombies?
Is that it?
Because that has
don't
Hulk in
remember.
it, and I don't remember any other episode that has Hulk in it.
Just where
Yeah.
Hulk dies, Hulk gets killed by Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, but he's only
Oh,
in it
yeah.
for a few minutes.
I saw a meme of
It
that.
was that one.
freaking thing.
It was that one because what's her name is with him at that point? Black Widow, not. Yeah,
Hank
yeah.
Pym,
It is.
like,
It is
killed
the
everyone.
The
Yellow
Incredible
Jacket.
Hulk film sucked already.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I liked it.
I like Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
I like Incredible Hulk movie, but not the way Abomination looks. But other than that, it's cool.
I think the
Okay,
2003
okay.
movie's better though.
Ooh, question, guys.
Yeah, Steve thinks that too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. No, I like
It's just
Incredible
more
Hulk.
comic accurate, I think.
Yeah.
Guys, I wanted to bring up Venom, but then I remembered the whole news about how World War Hulk or Planet, whatever it's called, Planet Hulk might begin a film.
Yeah, there's two. So Planet Hulk was the first thing, and then World War Hulk.
Oh, yeah, World War
Wasn't
Hulk.
Planet
was
Hulk
after that.
freaking Thor Dark or Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, but they're
First
planning on
week.
make. There's like rumors by by good sources that also point out that Dr. Octopus will return in No Way Home. Said that Marvel's working on a World War Hulk
I just
movie
want I just
after
want,
the rights expire for Warner for
Yeah.
Universal next
Yeah.
year.
I
But-
just really want like regular Hulk movies.
Like,
Well, that's never gonna happen.
like
because-
leader. Thinking out loud though,
Le-
like World War Hulk was because the Illuminati sent him to Planet Hulk because they were doing civil war, and the thing is that World War Hulk was literally the I'm sorry for Civil War storyline, where Hulk basically came back and kicked the shit out of everyone who was involved with Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
There
was,
was-
the only
that's what
reason
it
to read
was.
that thing.
Well, there was this video that I watched where they said they could still do it, but replace Hulk with Red Hulk and make that the introduction to the Red Hulk into the
Why was
MCU.
he, so
Not
what
gonna
happened
lie.
again? Why was he on the planet in Thor Ragnarok? What was the reason again? How did he
Movie logic.
He
Because
left.
because the ending
Age
that
of
they had
Ultron.
for Age of Ultron sucked.
Yeah,
The
he's
Age of
just
Ultron
flying away
when
in a
he's
plane,
on
but I
the
guess the
ship.
plane is a spaceship too. So
Yeah.
then it gets caught by not the
Valkyrie?
character, the other guy.
I wish we got the dark
Jeff Goldblum.
original version of Thor Ragnarok. I wish we got the original plan Ragnarok movie that was supposed to be this dark and very
So
serious.
that rumor is everywhere. That they're filming next year, but that I mean,
Nah, that it can't be next
when the
year.
rumor is that ambitious, then I kind of call bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't really want I don't know about you guys, but I don't really want Red Hulk. I'd honestly prefer Madman or
Yeah.
Leader, of course.
Yeah.
Who's leader
has-
again?
Leader not being done is bloody criminal.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
they were
that's
going to have
not-
Leader.
Yeah.
They started. They showed Leader for 1 second in the.
Oh, that guy.
Incredible Hulk.
What
Oh,
is
that guy.
That
Did
guy.
they just cancel the sequels? Because I'm sure that they were
Hey,
planning
Clobberin
sequels.
times.
They canceled it because they didn't want to split money with Universal. But now that the rights that Universal had will end next year, they are planning for movies in the future. That's why this came out.
At least Abomination is still around, I guess.
Or whatever.
He
it's called.
looks so bad.
He
man.
looks weird. Yeah, his face is just gross.
Because I just redid my room and I have this Abomination, the big Marvel Select, those really big fat ones.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's like a brick, and it's the damn best toy ever. And it's like the real
Oh
Abomination.
yeah,
and
I
he looks
love that
amazing.
one.
Yeah.
No,
I've been wanting that for
Hulk's never been my favorite. I'm just getting that out of the way. Hulk's
That's
never
fair.
really been my favorite.
He's not
one
my
of
favorite
mine.
either.
one of mine.
He's right there, so he's one of mine.
So you know who the Abomination looks like in the movies? You remember that guy in RoboCop, like the one lackey who got?
Oh my
melted?
God, yes. Who got
Yeah.
the
It
toxic
looks like-
waste on him?
Yeah, the guy who got toxic waste on him took steroids. That's exactly
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
looks like to me.
It's you. We killed you. You're dead. We killed you. And then RoboCop freezes. We killed you.
Yeah, I keep.
We killed you.
Yeah.
I've seen RoboCop too many times.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I'm sad about that. I
Wait,
watch it like
RoboCop?
I watch it like 20 times from the amount of times that I can remember.
I
20.
love that movie. I love
I-
RoboCop. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I
I'm-
watched RoboCop 2 and I was so.
I
Like,
think I
disappointed.
think it's bad that we brought up RoboCop because I gotta say damn it, I actually kind of like the reboot.
Oh,
Ew,
It's a soft
Ew.
spot. It has a soft spot in my heart.
I hate it.
That,
I
really
don't
like
like
that.
the
I think
I don't like the sequel, but I do like the black suit. That kind of looks pretty cool.
Oh, wrong answer.
The black
You know,
suit
people say there's no wrong answers or there's no whatever. That was wrong.
I agree with
Good
Arkham.
movie-
I love the black suit so much.
Honestly, the only good RoboCop movie to me is the first one, but I have a soft spot for the second one. And
No, it's not because I just thought it was just a cool design. That's all.
Yeah.
hold
Let me mention something about the design. People always think that RoboCop is a movie that was made to be a movie, and people always think that people aren't used to thinking of original screenplays. So, for example, you're always like, oh, let's say like, oh, this was a comic book. Let's adapt the comic. When someone's making a movie from scratch, and Steve and I and Sean too have made movies, everything is taken into account. So, for example, when they're designing RoboCop, they don't just say make a cool suit. RoboCop is from Detroit, right? Now we're Canadian, but whatever. We know Detroit. It's like it's made to look big badass, bulky. This is the mentality. It's like, we got to make him silver, right? Shiny. It's like they're thinking of it like you're making
Detroit's
a new
where they
car.
make cars, and it was
It's
supposed to
like
be
a
like
car,
a new
yeah.
car.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be like a new, shiny, cool car
Yeah.
that looks badass. And, it's not, RoboCop isn't designed to be sleek and good and efficient at being a police officer. They want him to look like this big, awesome product that they can market. Even the Ed 209 series, which is this dialogue is in the film. Ronnie Cox says it. He goes, "We don't care if it worked or not. We were designing military product so that we could be the number one supplier of military grade weaponry and machinery for the U.S. Army. They didn't give a shit about anything else." So people aren't getting it. They're just looking. The people that remade this RoboCop movie, they're like, "Oh, look, it's RoboCop. We'll make him look cool and sleek and all that." It's like, but that is not the point of what is going on in this movie. Every single thing that took place in that production, and for a lot of movies, is thought out. The 6000 SUX, my God, how funny is that? It's like 6000 sucks. The car sucks, and they even say this. They're like, it gets really shitty gas mileage.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want that, and they advertised that in the commercial, but it looked cool, and that's why Clarence Boddicker had one. Remember that other guy brought one? He's like, hey, Clarence, he's got a car just like you, and he's like, oh yeah, boom, and he blows it up. And the point is, like, the car sucks. They tell you in the thing that it sucks, and it's got shitty gas mileage, which nobody wants to actually buy that, but it looked cool. That's the point of RoboCop. Like, that remake completely missed every single nuance about that film. I love RoboCop 2. What does Clobberin Time say about RoboCop? I love RoboCop 2. I gotta tell you. Okay? So I'm gonna show you.
It's really, I don't know, and it's like less and more gruesome.
I don't think you want to know my opinion about the two sequels.
Of
I like
RoboCop.
Yes.
Well, RoboCop 3 is just terrible, so I'm
It's
fine.
terrible, yeah.
Like, I don't like the remake because it's just terrible.
I hate the whole frisbee throwing RoboCop.
When was that? I don't remember that.
What happened to J-Man?
I'm here.
In like the second or third movie, he's like throwing little frisbees
Check
type
this out.
thing.
These are the originals.
What, the Kenner ones?
Oh, they had 2 and 9? Yes. I
With
saw
the-
a big one, like a really nice, like Diamond Select one at a local comic book shop, and I wanted it so badly.
I got these little ones.
Nice.
But check this out. This is my absolute favorite creature, RoboCop 2.
I barely remember RoboCop 2.
They never made a lot of things for him.
Yeah.
They never made a lot, and I've got 2 of each of these. It's really small, right? It's like, but I love RoboCop 2. And the fact that they gave the drug dealer and they made him addicted. He's addicted to his own drug that he's trying to stop. That's Frank Miller, and I think it was genius. So what did Clobby say? RoboCop's name? Yeah. I love RoboCop 2, man. I love that movie. That kid is that kid Horace or whatever. What's the kid's name? He's a piece of trash, but I love that kid. He's great. The idea that he's selling the drugs and he's making it sound appealing. He's like, yeah, we're all gonna give it to the people that want it. They want it anyway. We're gonna give it to them. We're gonna make it cheap, so they're not gonna commit crimes. And you're like, and then the mayor's like, this kid's got a point. He's like, don't you think he's got a point? I love RoboCop. 1 and 2 are great, but after that, I don't know. RoboCop kind of did not.
Did you grow up with it? Like,
well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
I watched the TV series.
They had cartoons and toys too. I mean,
I had the
video
RoboCop toy.
were you like excited for 3 at the time? Like,
Dude, I went to see part 3 in the theater. Like, that was the first time. I didn't realize this, but that was the
Part
first
3
RoboCop
looks like a straight-to-home DVD movie.
It's terrible.
yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
It's bad. So, but you could see it in the theater, and I was so excited. New Comics, what's going on? Hey, how's it going?
hello.
I was so excited to see RoboCop 3 in the theater. I went opening night, and I was so excited, and I'm like, this is not good. And I was like stunned at how bad. I'm like, why is this so bad? And when I was young, I wasn't thinking too much about like, well, this isn't rated R. That should be my first clue.
Yeah.
That tell me that this is not going to really be that good. But yeah, it was really not great. What do you got? You got the roller coaster? I've got the Blu-rays and all that for sure. But I mean, I
rather watch
part 3 in a long time.
Would you rather watch RoboCop 3 5 times in a row or all the Nemesis movies again.
Oh no, we're doing the Nemesis. I'm gonna get everyone to watch the Nemesis. Sean is laughing because he thinks I'm not gonna do it, but I am.
What's
gonna do it.
Nemesis?
Oh well, Nemesis 1 is a fantastic straight to video or very limited release maybe. It's basically a rip off. Like as soon as Terminator came out, we had and Mad Max. It was like all these post apocalyptic kind of movies. Is that someone in the background? Who's
Oh, it's you.
is that
Sorry,
me?
that's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Okay, that's not.
Sounds like
Hey
you.
man, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This DC question.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Hello.
You.
Hey,
The
there's
real
Andrew
the real
Garfield's the best
Andrew, yeah.
Spider-Man.
The
Do
real
you think
Andrew.
they're
I'm not paying
over-
attention to that.
Are you
Go ahead,
wearing
Arkham.
Andrew Garfield's costume on your profile pic, Andrew?
No, I'm not.
Let Arkham has a question. Go for it.
Do you think they're overusing Harley Quinn in DC?
Yes.
Yes.
And also, no, I'm not wearing a costume underneath me. See?
We didn't-
Harley Quinn to me has never been. This is how bad this is. I had the first appearance of Harley Quinn in comics, and I sold it, and I like years ago, and I thought, no one cares about Harley Quinn. She's whatever, and I sold it for nothing. I sold it for like $20 or
Oh
something.
no.
And I had the
Really?
first figure of Harley Quinn from the DC animated series, and I sold that. Okay, check this out. I was selling that figure. Sean was with me. I was selling that figure for $15 complete, not in the packaging, but good condition, like all my toys are, with all of his accessories. $15. People were not buying it. They're like, I don't know, 15. And people are like, would you do $10? Would you do 10? I was like, no, I gotta ask for 15. Like, Nobody cared about Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And then and one
She's
day
a
I woke
cartoon
up-
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I woke up, all of a sudden, Harley Quinn mania. I'm like, I like Margot Robbie, but I can't get into Harley Quinn in the comics. I've really tried. I've tried so much. I don't know. She's okay. Her and Deadpool, for whatever reasons, and Deadpool's my boy Rob Liefeld, who I love Rob Liefeld, but I can't get into them in the comics that much. Like they're.
Hold on a second.
I don't like
Over
Deadpool in the
exposure.
comics. I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I like him in the
Hey,
movie.
J-Man,
Yeah, go ahead.
you just said that you like Deadpool and all that stuff. Did you think did you enjoy like the Deadpool movies? That Ryan
Yes.
Reynolds was good casting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movies, I really like the movies a lot.
Well, like
I
don't have
hate
a
the video game
problem-
and the movies because
Like
it's just
I don't
not-
have a problem with Harley Quinn in the movies, but you have Harley Quinn. She was in Suicide Squad, and she was Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. Then she was in the Suicide Squad, and
Suicide Squad's the only movie I like her in.
and then there's this upcoming project that she's rumored to be on again.
Well, here's the thing. I'm actually hearing that they're gonna take Harley Quinn out of the Birds of Prey sequel and replace her with Batgirl.
I
She
don't know,
will.
'cause now they got Batgirl doing her own movie, right? So
Oh yeah.
That makes sense because if you see in the end of Birds of Prey, she leaves. She leaves the
Harley
Birds of
Quinn is not a bird of prey. I don't understand where this happened. Maybe this
So
happened in
it
comics
makes
like
sense
this.
for Birds of Prey to not have Harley Quinn because she leaves at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Birds of Prey is Huntress, Black Canary, and Oracle, and perhaps I don't know. Can you throw any like? That would be the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
used to be Black Canary and Huntress. Like what? I'm trying to remember. I collected the entire run of Birds of Prey.
I think it's like Huntress, Black Canary,
And
and
Oracle.
Oracle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing for the second one. It's Huntress,
There's a
Black
sequel?
Canary, and Batgirl.
There's gonna be a sequel to Hot Fuzz or whatever.
The Simon Pegg
I
movie?
forgot what the
Hot
name
Fuzz
was for
is
a
a great
second.
movie.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz is great. I was getting that confused.
That's a fantastic movie.
Yeah. I hope there's a sequel to Hot Fuzz.
I think
That'd be
there
awesome.
Yeah, that's
was.
a great movie.
Well, isn't that part of like
Why is
a
the accent
Cornetto
great?
trilogy?
Yeah,
it is.
It's the second movie.
Yeah, I mean, you also got the one where he dealt with zombies and other about
Shaun of
killer
the Dead.
robots.
Yeah.
Shaun of the
Well,
Dead
and-
is his best movie.
I don't know how I got that confused
Eh,
with Birds of
Scott
Prey.
Pilgrim's pretty good.
Oh, I
It
love
is.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim was good.
I mean,
Wait, who are we-
here's the thing about Scott Pilgrim. You have Michael Cera taking on Captain America, Superman, and
What?
Captain Marvel was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
Trash
saying
to
that
Marvel.
Michael Cera
Trash
should
to
be
Marvel.
Captain America. Oh God.
Let's
What?
look at the direct. What's the director's name
Edgar
again?
Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
He was also gonna do Ant-Man.
Yes, he
He
was.
did do Ant-Man, didn't he?
No,
So let's see.
he got a
Edgar Wright?
writing credit. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, the director's Peyton Reed.
I thought they just fired him in the second movie.
No, they fired him in the first one.
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he had like.
I think Shaun of the
Came,
Dead.
here's the
is
thing with Edgar Wright's Ant-Man. He came.
Yeah,
to
Shaun of the
Comic-Con
Dead
and
is
showed-
the best.
Here's the thing with Comic-Con. I met Edgar Wright came to Comic-Con, showed some Ant-Man footage of him like taking down some goons. he like had some footage ready for his Ant-Man.
That was
Yeah, I'm
what we saw in the
thinking- I'm
movie.
thinking Shaun of the Dead, guys, is my favorite. I
I like
do
Hot Fuzz.
I like Hot Fuzz. I'm not saying.
Yeah,
it's-
me and
it's my
J-Man
favorite.
are on the same page.
I think we're on the same page for this one. Scott Pilgrim was a fun movie as well. I thought that was a fun, good movie, fun premise. And I never read the I don't know if that's a manga or if it's just a black and
It's a
white
comic. It's a comic.
Yeah, it's not technically manga, right? It was
Nah.
sold. It looks like one of those Tankobon volumes. That's
It
why,
looks
but
like a manga, but it's actually a comic.
that's comic, yeah. But I like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It was a fun soundtrack. Yeah, there's some fun
Yeah, it's
parts in
cool.
that. That was a good movie.
It's a Toronto
Oh.
movie, man.
Yeah.
I think I said this before, but I think I told you, J-Man, I think we were on Bell's stream about the DCEU Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
I heard something about that. I looked up
Yeah.
more into that.
I
Yeah,
don't.
so-
Here's the thing. Hold on a second. I looked at what Arkham's talking about, and apparently, like, there's a bunch of like comics combined into one, like different pieces of comic book covers.
Hmm.
So no, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's mural. It's a mural that there was stuff that he said that was bleeped out in editing, so we can't really hear what Jim Lee actually said. But people's speculation is they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earths, and if you look closely, I zoomed in, so I had to see what.
Not about the comics.
I
or
was being
CW.
I was being a
No.
detective. You see Titan's Nightwing. You see Zachary Levi's Shazam. You see Sasha Kaye's Supergirl. You see Stargirl from the TV
Is this a
show.
comic book or what?
Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
no, it's not a comic book. It's a
Could you
mural.
find it? Maybe we
I
can
don't
see
know.
it.
mural.
I don't know. My thoughts on the CW universe. It just looks cheap, and I'm
Well,
just
hey,
No,
I'm
I'm
still
just,
watching The
I'm
Flash.
just saying all the live action versions were on there with
Right.
the mural, and they're doing some kind of Crisis on Infinite Earths in the DCU. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't
Ew.
they already do that though?
Right?
Yeah, they did,
I
didn't
think
they?
On the
on
CW.
CW.
It was.
This trash
Oh.
W. Trash
They did
W.
it on the
Oh.
CW, but like,
Trash W.
I don't know how long how long we have to wait for the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I just want a good Justice League movie. That's all I want.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, that came out this year.
But not anymore.
That's not going to
Did it?
happen.
Did it come
Yeah,
out?
Yeah, sadly,
Yes,
that's
I
not
think-
going to be
Stomped
continued.
on by J
Sally-
Man.
Let me see.
I don't know.
What'd you say,
I like
man?
how there's like
What'd you
I
say?
like how
man?
there's like random
Sadly-
comments. There's like random comments of like clarity, like, I just want a good Superman movie. It's like, yeah, that's not happening. It's
Yeah, I
The
know.
last time we got was
Man of
like,
Steel.
not-
Steel.
No,
With
that's
all
not
the
It's just
commentary
crazy
going
that
on,
there's
that's
a-
what you latch on to, J Man.
I just can't.
Well,
believe
hey, okay.
How-
Hold on a second,
What a
guys.
good
If we're gonna go by this logic, in my opinion, I know what a certain guy with the DC logo is gonna say, but the last time in my opinion, we got a good Spider-Man movie was the original trilogy.
What?
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is awesome.
You like
it is.
Spider-Man 3, so I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I like
Well,
Spider-Man
yeah,
3.
I'm
I'll
gonna
say
say
it. I like Spider-Man 3.
J-Man.
Are you going to go dance in a black tuxedo out in
Oh,
front of
yeah,
him?
watch me.
J-Man, can I share it? I have the picture.
That's
I
not
think
even
I'll-
the dance moves. That's not even the dance moves.
I'm sharing
Oh,
it.
I can do the dance moves.
I can't hear.
Fucking nerds.
What did you say, J-Man?
Yeah, go ahead, Arkham. Share the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck on it.
What? I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
So it's right here.
Got it.
If you can see it.
I'm
So you
That's
see-
the thing I was
What
talking
the
about.
hell
That's the
is
thing I was
this?
talking about.
So you see Jason Momoa's Aquaman. You see
Yeah.
Stargirl's
Stargirl.
TV show. You see Titan's
Polka Dot Man.
Nightwing. You see like Shazam from live
Batman.
action. You see like
Polka Dot Man and
Starro.
Starro.
Starro, like,
It
looks
Polka
like
Dot
he
Man
already
and-
died.
Well, hold on a second. It looks like they just took a bunch of comic book covers and pieced them into one map.
Yeah.
those are not really comic book covers. Those are live action covers. Like that.
Oh.
I hope.
And you see Keaton's Batman. You see the Flash.
That's more like comic Batman.
They should not be bringing back Keaton's Batman.
I'm not sure
Why?
if this is Henry Cavill
I don't have
Superman.
a problem with
Like
that.
the black and you see.
Do you see how old he
You
is?
see Black. You see
Dude,
Black
He played
Adam.
the Vulture and Birdman.
And
He
you
still
see
got it.
and you see Robert Pattinson's Batman down there.
That's the
Mhm.
bad.
Let me-
look like it.
Let me just say,
Oh,
from
no,
the trailer
I already know what you're gonna
itself,
say. I already know what you're gonna say, man.
let me just say that Robert Pattinson's Batman from the trailer alone looks really amazing. I am looking so forward to that movie.
Wow.
I already
agree with
beat
that.
the
I
crap
agree
out of
with
that Batman trailer.
He hates the.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
That,
That Matt Reeves movie
my.
looks terrible.
I absolutely beat that up. This like I beat the crap out of that trailer already.
did you make a rant video?
You were there. Andrew was there. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Andrew?
right. And we try to prove you were wrong.
It was like I was telling everybody earlier. It was me in this one corner versus like 9 people, and they're like, "Jay, man, you're an idiot. You suck. You suck." And I'm like, "I don't
Jay,
care."
man.
Well, I try to
Okay,
tell people.
Andrew,
What
if you're gonna try
happens-
to say that Riddler looks comic
What
accurate,
happens if you're
I don't
wrong
know.
and it's
Oh
an
my
amazing
God.
movie? Will
So-
you say,
Okay,
will
hold
you
on,
say
hold on.
you're wrong?
Does the Harry
You know,
Green Goblin
you know,
look comic
I
accurate?
admit-
No.
Andrew,
if
shush for a
I'm
second.
wrong, if I like it, I'll say I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not, as you know, because for the fact that I'm saying it doesn't look good to me, and everyone else is saying it does look good, I don't bend to any sort of pressure. I
Okay.
go with what I
What
think.
culture?
If I see that movie, if I go to see the Batman and I think it's great, I will say it's great. Because remember,
Yeah.
Can you think of it? Can you guys think of another movie that everyone hates but I really really love and I fight for
Justice
it all the
League?
time?
He doesn't like
oh,
Justice League.
I believe
Wonder
it
Woman,
starts with
Wonder
the
Woman.
letters
Justice League.
WW
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
84.
Wonder Woman.
80,
Justice
So
League.
everyone hates that movie and I'll fight because I like it. So I don't bend. Like if I like it, I like it.
Oh,
That's-
the Ryan
that's-
Reynolds Green Lantern.
That's why I give you respect, J-Man. You don't just
You defend the
And William
trash
Willie.
stuff. You defend the trash.
you don't bend willy nilly
Yeah,
No, I
he
will
calls
not
out
do that.
trash.
like some people on the internet. and comic
I
book
don't know.
news.
I've been thinking about
Yeah.
the Snyder Cut. Honestly, like it's not as good as it used to be when I first watched it. Honestly,
So you prefer
Thinking of-
Justice League?
no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just
I
saying.
might have to rewatch Justice League to see which one I prefer more
Oh
because
God.
and I'm scared to watch it because I think I might.
Yeah,
prefer
get ready for
more, and then
CGI
everyone will hate me.
mustache.
It's because it's more like his Superman. That's why.
Or not even my Superman, just Superman, like the regular Superman who.
Oh
saves
yeah,
people
with
from death.
hold on a second.
Like,
Hey J-Man, you're
That
right.
will-
My Superman with this face. Oh, it's like your car
hey, double
keys.
T.
Yeah, look, I got a mustache.
I don't
but
think
they
that's what he
CGI'd
meant.
out.
Yeah, well, even CGI mustache Henry Cavill is still Henry Cavill.
I don't
so-
like a Superman that's willing to risk people's safety just to save a cat out of a
The
tree.
Justice League movies, like it's
who
very
saved-
bad
I don't
that
remember the
doesn't
movie enough.
have a
Who saved who? I
continuity,
don't know who
really.
saved who. Look, it doesn't look. Everything goes on the writer. The writer is writing these scenes. So when people say, "Well, what would Superman do?" Well, you're the writer. You would write it in a way to make
Well, I
Superman
think the
look
writers of
good.
Man of Steel
You
knew
know
who
what I mean? It's
Superman
like you
was.
wouldn't write it in a way to make him an idiot. Like if you want Superman to appear to be a good hero and to be mindful of his surroundings and of the people, then you would write it that way. That's the problem I have.
Well, here's the thing.
How
I
can
feel
you
like
what
the
I
Man
don't
of Steel
get,
writers
J-Man?
knew who he was.
It's like go ahead. Scott.
There's one crazy thing I just don't get. We live in a world where we have a good Guardians of the Galaxy movie, a Suicide Squad movie, Shang-Chi's okay, but we don't have one of the most popular superheroes
Right.
around like having a good movie.
So check
Shang-Chi's
this
more
out.
than
Hold on,
okay.
hold on,
Shang-Chi's more
I
than
feel like
okay.
No,
Yeah,
Sean
yeah,
said. Sean said this. Sean said this. Just let this.
Hold
sink
on,
in.
hold on. I feel like they're relying more on Batman than they're
Right.
being.
They
yeah.
are. They are. That's. You're right, Andrew. But just think about this. Sean pointed this out. So Sean, there's Shazam, then there's Black Adam, then there's Shazam, Battle of the Gods or whatever it's called, and then there's going to be Shazam, and we know Shazam 3 will have Black Adam and Shazam meeting up. There's going to be 4 Shazam movies and 1 Superman movie.
Black
How can
Adam
that
does
be
not count
possible?
as a Shazam because,
Oh, how
in my
about this?
opinion,
We have like
What's his
3
name,
Iron
Will?
Man movies, but only
Oh,
2
well,
Hulk
yeah.
films.
Sorry,
That's a
Andrew?
good point too.
I didn't
Right?
hear
We have
you.
like 3 Iron Man movies, 3 Thor movies, 2 Guardians,
Voice
and
crack.
no Hulk solo movie.
Right.
I think I'm
I
fine
agree
with
with
that.
you on
Well,
that.
I can easily explain that.
Well, that we
You
can
know
explain.
why? It's because
Well, here's
of
the thing.
Universal.
We might
Because
actually
of
get.
politics.
Hold on a
I
second.
can't
We might
explain
actually
why
get
there's
it.
one Superman movie.
Andrew.
Well, I
I-
can, but you won't like it.
Andrew.
Huh? What?
I hope Tobey Maguire dies in No Way Home. Andrew.
No way.
Screw you.
Yes.
Screw you.
Yes.
That's not gonna happen, Andrew.
I'm just joking.
I don't think it was a good idea bringing Michael Caine back, and I don't think it's a
I
good idea
disagree.
fully bringing him back into the DCEU and making
Okay,
him the main Batman.
Okay, I agree with you on the fully Batman thing, but
You agree that Tobey
I
Maguire
think
should
it
die?
works. It will work well for this.
For
I kind
emotional,
of have to disagree with that at some sense because, like, what happens if they're setting up a Batman Beyond? Would you rather not have a Batman Beyond movie?
no, I would like to have a Batman Beyond movie, but not have him fully become the Batman
Yeah, I
of the
agree at
MCU.
that
Just have it be
sense.
like a part of the Tim Burton universe and have it separate. Just
we
do
don't know what's gonna happen in the movie, so like we can make all this speculation that it's gonna be trash or it's gonna be this, but we really don't know what's at the end of the day. We really don't know the script or we don't know what happens in the movie at all.
Well, I'll
Let
say
me just
this and then
say.
I'm gonna
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Let me just say the trailer for the Flash movie the teaser
Look
for
at
the
it,
Flash
garbage.
movie looks like it was fan made. It doesn't.
I knew it. You were gonna say garbage.
I said fan.
It doesn't look okay. I'm gonna say this, then I lost track of the time. I gotta go, but I will say that this Flash movie, I don't know, but I'm very
I'm giving it a
worried.
chance.
I'm very worried about it.
The
It
suit looks
Yeah.
bad.
Like I'm worried about
Oh my
it,
God.
but I
One
want
thing
to
about
have
trash.
and I want to have an open mind. When I see movies, I want to have an open mind. Like if I think something's trash, I might have that negative effect when I'm watching a movie. Then I might not like it. I like how I watch movies is like I keep an open mind and like wait until the movie comes out. And if it's trash, then I'll openly admit I hated the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Why are you skeptic?
What?
we're definitely gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye to some of the panel here because we're gonna log off. All right, who came on first? Arkham, you were on. Thanks for coming on, buddy. We'll see ya.
See ya. Bye.
All right, Skeptic man, always good to have you on. Take care.
All right, be safe. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
Halloween Kills is great. I agree with you. I thought it was great.
Yee.
And we're going to be doing a ranking on the 30th. So if you can come check it out, I loved Halloween Kills. Thanks for coming on, dude. Andrew, you're the original Andrew. Thanks for coming on. And yes, everybody knows that Tobey Maguire is the best.
Yeah, you
All right,
did.
take care. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up. We're going to be live tomorrow. Are we all live tomorrow on Action Elite?
I'm probably not. I have to
You're probably
email.
not?
them.
I haven't got an invite, so I assume not.
What are you talking about? Okay, whoa, this came out of nowhere. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
everyone got
just
shunned.
forwarded to him. Yeah.
No, I think you got the invite, Steve.
Not my email. Was it through Facebook? Because it wasn't on my email.
He may have not sent it yet, but tomorrow, some of us, me for sure, will be live with the Action Elite talking about The Last Action Hero, which is a great movie. And if you
Yeah.
don't like it, come tell me I'm an idiot tomorrow when we're live, and you can make fun of me that I like Last Action Hero. But and then next week we'll be back Thursday again, and then
Oh.
we're gonna do.
I don't have one either. This is
Wow,
just
you
you,
got-
J-Man.
It's just me.
Just you.
Talking about the with the Action Elite, talking about The Last Action Hero.
But you weren't coming anyway, Sean.
Yeah. Whew.
Well, there you go. That's why we don't want you there. We don't want your cheap, your 2 cents or whatever. But and then we're gonna do the Halloween. We're gonna rank all 12 Halloween movies. There's gonna be some. I don't think there's gonna be too much fighting amongst us, but I've been fighting with people all week over Halloween Kills. I've been saying No Time to Die is garbage, and I've been saying Halloween Kills is great. And it's like I don't know. It's just I'm getting fighting. I'm fighting with everybody this week, and I'm gonna log. While I'm live, let me just go right now to Facebook and see how many people have told me I'm an idiot. Oh, okay. How many do you think?
32.
Fuck. There's a lot. I can't actually count how many.
It's beyond
there can't be that many.
quantification.
Wow. Okay, so I don't know if there's it's just like a scroll of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people are saying I'm an idiot or not. I'll have to read all these later.
Is it over Halloween or Bond?
James Bond.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was a trash movie and everyone's like, ooh. Anyways, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining, and I'll see some of you guys tomorrow, hopefully.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.